Filmed live in front of a live studio audience, it's the Dicebreaker Podcast featuring your host, Michael Wheels Wheeler! Hello everyone and welcome to the 100th episode of the Dicebreaker Podcast.
Yeah.
We've got a special guest with us, Nicolas Cage. He's lost his party hat, he's had a few bits to drink. But don't worry
he's had a lot to drink. I told him to slow down, but he wouldn't listen. He needs to... There you go. There you go.
We are... I love how it's hanging off his earlobe.
I tried. There he is. He's very excited about his new film.
Yeah, we've got almost the whole Dicebreaker team. Unfortunately, Matt is off on holiday, so good for him. Yeah. But we will be calling him later. He's not aware that we're going to be calling him, but we will be calling him later.
And we'll be calling him out later too.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we've got a very, very special episode here. I'm joined by most of the team. We've got Maddie.
Hey, I'm here.
We've got Alex Meehan.
Eve.
Oh! Early email for the special occasion. We've got Liv.
Hey.
We've also cracked into some beverages.
Yeah, we've got Captain Morgan's also joining us.
Oh. And let's have a fantastic podcast, everyone. First of all, big thank you to everyone who's watched all of these episodes. If you've watched all 100 of these Dicebreaker Podcast episodes,
blessings.
First of all, are you okay? Second of all, thank you so much. We've also, I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah, Peppa Pig's here. We've also got special guest Peppa Pig.
Joining us from the upside down.
Yeah, joining from the other dimension. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh, she's not
your
that
beard,
one.
isn't
It is. I don't like it.
She's hanging from the ceiling. We can now do excuse me, I've got the Peppa Pig balloon. It's my
Yeah,
turn
it's
to
my time to talk. Yeah. Oh my
Finally, some
gosh.
civility. Oh, it's falling. Oh, it's falling.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
She just came
Throw her. Throw her away.
Oh,
Wait,
she
I can
No,
Yeah,
she's good.
she's
She's
on
good.
the-
Oh.
There you go. She's back. She's back. Okay, all right.
You pulled the pepper alarm. Oh my.
Warning, warning. She has 4 eyes. All right, so I'm just gonna grab my bisexual juice, which is leaking all over my laptop.
Oh no.
Bisexual juice.
That's
My bisexual
terrible.
juice. Ready
It's
to
what
roll?
powers it.
It
powers
my bisexuality.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about, as we always do, we're going to be talking about all the stuff that we've been up to this week. We're going to talk about a couple of bits of news, and we have a special
very
feature.
special.
A special
Ooh.
feature where we are going to be ranking some of the biggest board games in the
Wow.
industry.
And we
We're
want to
gonna
get
show you that.
we want to get you involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Let's
tell us what you think about the
Every-
games that we're
yeah.
ranking.
We've got, please ignore the drinks, but we've got S tier all the way down to F tier. We are going to be giving our hottest takes on some of the biggest names in all of board gaming.
Spicy.
So
Yeah.
stay
S
tuned
is
for that.
for sexy.
S is for sexy.
Yeah.
That's the law
That's
now.
Good.
Sesame Street.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
what they did.
F is for.
I don't find Sesame Street very sexy, personally.
Okay. Well, no.
No. Oh, forget it.
All right.
Not the joke I was making.
But
What are
let's
we doing
kick
now?
things off with our regular segment. And as the person who has probably been on the most Dicebreaker
Oh,
podcasts
wow.
out of all of us, Alex Meehan, would you like to kick us off with
Yeah.
what you've been playing?
That's
this week?
ridiculous. We're on the video team. Why are we like this?
Well, like I said, I'm like the stank that won't go.
All right, Stank.
Yeah,
S
orange
is for
stank.
stank.
S is for stank.
S is for stanky goods.
That's my wrestling name.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about something that we've all played this week. It's
So
very
exciting.
exciting.
With a Let's Be coming up this weekend.
Oh my god!
What?
Is that the case?
Holy crap!
What?
Oh my god! Oh, should we say the name
Yeah,
of the game
I
now?
It's Betrayal. At House, on the hill,
But not just Betrayal.
3rd edition.
3rd edition, baby. The brand new
3rd
rules.
edition.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was released last week
Mhm.
on Friday in the UK. Unfortunately, the US people will not get it until August.
I mean,
That's
usually
a
we
lot.
have to wait.
Yeah, usually
it's
so.
Yeah,
it's
one
have to do
time.
that.
Weird.
Really?
One time we get something
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, so I acquired a copy.
Sus.
I walked into a board
You
game shop.
gross
Why do you make
Into
it
a
sound
shop.
like you got one off the back of a truck?
Yeah. You definitely did.
No,
I feel like you have a contact who delivers board games, and every now and again they just back the truck up to your house, and you're like, I'll take one of those,
Do
one
you
of
have,
those, one of those.
Do you know somebody who has who comes over and they're just like,
Who's
and they
this?
open a
Okay.
trench coat and it's
Is it
full of
Bane?
huge board games?
What are you buying? What are you selling?
No, I walked into
Not bad.
a local game shop, not with the intention of purchasing anything.
But
You never
subconsciously.
do, but you just.
But I was
you're
like,
gonna.
You knew
maybe they have it. I was like, maybe they have it. I'm just
Really?
going to see if they have it.
Why not?
And I walked in, and lo and behold, there were 2
There it
copies
is.
of it. 2
Yeah.
copies.
2, one
And
for
I was-
mama and one for whoever else. I don't know.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to buy it.
Yeah.
And we played it yesterday. If you're
Yes,
watching this on
yesterday.
Friday.
It's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's good,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yeah.
good.
You're going to be delivering an official review probably later. But for now,
Yeah.
what's your hot take?
It's real good. It's really good. Like obviously if you don't like Betrayal at its core, it's not going to change your mind. It's very much
But it potentially
Betrayal.
fixes a couple of the small.
yeah, it does fix some of
annoyances.
the
Yeah.
small annoyances. Obviously, I only played it twice, and Betrayal is one of those games that lives and dies by its haunts. So there might be some rubbish ones in
How
there.
many other games live and die by their haunts?
I know.
I would like to play them. I would like to play them.
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia.
This is
Midnight
true.
Ghost Hunt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which weapon, by the way, you can check out on the channel.
We did a crossover
Yeah.
live stream. You're
That looked
good.
fun.
It was very
So,
fun.
We can talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, it does like it doesn't fix the fundamental issue of the fact that the game is very much based on luck.
Yes.
So if you don't like that, you're not going to like
Almost
this version.
exclusively.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still think it still makes for really entertaining. Like both the games I've played have both been really tight between the traitors and the heroes, and I think that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Like
that's
I don't
fun.
want to push over, and I just love the little changes they've made. I love the addition of the introductory little story thing.
That's fun.
And explain that as to why the heck you're there.
Yeah,
Yeah, give
and
us a
also matches
reason.
up better with the haunt because I won't
'cause
spoil
they're
things.
pre-selected, right? Yeah.
But then the haunt that we played was like directly tied to the fact that we were going into the mansion for this specific reason. It was a
Bros versus Ghosts.
it was a funny one. It was a
It
funny
is.
one.
A
But,
little goofy one. Goofy one.
it still had some fun little mechanics in it where it's
Yeah,
like, oh, this is
sure.
cool. Like, and yeah, we had some really like silly, stupid moments which you want in Betrayal, and like I was going to say, oh yeah, there were even moments that I really didn't expect that weren't in the original version, and a few other things that they've changed they've just not even mentioned, and I'm just like, yes, this is fundamentally better. So yeah, I will be doing a full review of the game.
Over at Dicebreaker.com.
Keep an eye out.
Dicebreaker.com.
Yay.
It's a
Live.
website.
But for now, it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and watch
yeah.
our official Let's Play coming
Yeah,
up
on
this weekend.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Which I
Tomorrow.
don't know-
Check it out.
Yeah, I don't know if Liv has finished editing it yet, but because we've had a busy week, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, and the only other thing I played was Gloomhaven Digital.
Oh, which you
Fun.
recently described as the board game, the Dark Souls, of board games.
And actually, it's the Dark Souls of tabletop video games.
Right,
Ah,
of course.
okay.
Because it's
Yeah.
for those who may not know,
It's even more niche.
there is a video game version of Gloomhaven, which is really good. And I've been playing quite a lot of it recently with some friends.
Nice.
And it is hard.
Yeah, no, it is tough.
Can
We-
believe
'cause
that.
I did a full Let's Play series with Johnny and Loli's, and we got absolutely nailed.
Yeah. Like, it is
it's
difficult.
Hard. It's really hard.
But, as you can read in my recent opinion piece I wrote on Dicebreaker.com,
Dicebreaker.com.
Check it.
it's the kind of difficulty that is designed to teach you. Like, you will die, you will be defeated, but like, through defeat, you learn from your mistakes. And the idea is that you're just trying to do something different, like every time. Every time you get something wrong, you just change something, try something new, and then approach it again. I really appreciate that approach to challenge. It's not like we're just going to beat you
that's
down
good.
and you're not going to learn anything from it. You're not going to get any better. It's, okay, that didn't work. Next time, you try this thing. Or you messed up there. We're going to punish you for it. You need to learn from that and not do it again. And like, we've definitely improved. We're definitely winning a bit easier.
Nice.
And that's why I think it's like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Dark Souls' difficulty, its challenge works like that. A lot of people misunderstand it.
Does Dark Souls work? You have to learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, like,
That's why I can't play it. Right, okay, got it.
Famously bad at learning anything.
Honestly relates
Other
so
things,
much.
but not from my mistakes.
well, like, people just look at it as a series of, like, it's just hard, you just got to get good. And, like, that's not the point. The point is, like, the game actually does provide you with ways to, like, cheese it, or at least try something different, or, like, learn from, don't do that, like, watch your boss's attack patterns, whatever.
Yeah. Or it's like the classic example is like, oh, someone jumps out at you from around a corner and you're like, well, how was I supposed to know? It's like,
Yeah, well, now
Yeah.
you know.
now we know. So now
you
we
know.
go
So
through.
now,
we know.
next
This
time
is
you
it.
go through
Yeah.
there, you're not going to just
And
run
now
in.
sometimes you'll look at a corner and you'll be like, nah,
Nah.
mate, I know what's happening there.
Or like the chest mimics, like
Yeah.
Fool
like
me
the
once.
first time you encounter one of those, like you're just gonna be like, oh great, thanks, like now it's killed me. But like next time, every time you approach a chest, you're
You're
like,
like, ooh, hold on, look
Yeah.
at the chain.
yeah.
You know
and
how it works.
Gloomhaven's like that. Like Gloomhaven Digital is like, oh god, like how were you supposed to anticipate that these guys just suddenly appeared behind us? Great. Well, next time you know they're going to appear behind you, and you're going to prepare for it. So yeah, you can read that article on Dicebreaker.com.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do it. But that's me.
Check it out.
Nice. Before we continue.
Ooh, before we continue,
Yes.
a big shout out to IO Netrunner who has just become a member of Dicebreaker Plus.
Ah, thank you.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
Sorry, Liv, carry on.
I was just going to say that because it's a birthday, you got to wear your party hat.
Yeah, you
Chat,
were invited to the
yeah.
birthday.
Oh,
Chat. Go on, chat. There we go. That's it. Beautiful.
You look so good.
It really suits you.
Yeah, it looks pretty
Thanks so much for
good.
coming.
It
Thanks.
does look quite funny from this end too.
Thank you for
so.
making that potato salad. Just shove it in the kitchen.
Yeah, we'll eat it.
We'll
Yeah.
have to.
We'll eat it.
Definitely.
Yeah, why are you getting so confident with potato salad? It's fine.
Liv, could you pass me a party ring, please?
No.
Or just the party rings. Yeah.
What else?
The things.
What have other people been playing?
Well, we also play Betrayal. To be honest, I'm going to go on the record and say I'm not the biggest fan of Betrayal.
Okay.
I think it's a cult classic. I get it. I just don't. it's not
That
really
won't
my
ever
thing.
come up again in this episode.
But I definitely enjoyed playing that more than the earlier edition because
yeah.
there's a lot of streamlining and stuff that makes it less of a faff. And
Yeah.
it was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also the haunt wasn't 40 paragraphs, and I was like, what is happening?
No.
It was very quick to set.
I
up.
do
Yeah.
think
I mean,
the
they can do
layout
that.
of the haunts they've really improved that. They've
Mm.
made it this is what you need to know. Here's the setup. Rather than just having one big old page of text, they've separated it into bits that you need to check, and it just makes it easier. It makes the whole thing run a lot quicker.
I also quite like the new way the haunts trigger as well, like you said. So instead of having it be, what was it? Was it like a?
It was a grid. Before there was a grid that you would read, and it would just
You mean
be
the dice or no?
No. I mean the cards that we sell.
Okay.
So before, when a haunt triggered, you would have to open the book and look for the big old grid, and then
Matrix.
find omen, location, and that would tell you what haunt it was and who the traitor was. Now, depending on which introductory narrative you pick, you look on the back of the card, and it'll be this omen, I can't remember what else it was, on the room, yeah.
That's cool.
No, it's not even the room.
Not
It's
the room?
oh yeah, it is the room. Sorry, it's the omen in the room, and it just tells you what
Okay.
haunt it is and who the traitor is.
Yeah.
And it's just so much easier to look at that card.
Yeah.
And again, those introductory things mean that you can deliberately play a different introductory thing to make sure you don't play the same haunt again,
Yes, that's
Yeah,
what I was
that's
going
fun.
to say.
because the haunts are connected to each of the cards as well.
My friend who used to play it at uni would play it religiously. They played it so many times, and I think they played the same haunt accidentally about 50 times.
Yeah, that's
Oh god.
It's horrendous when you have to do the same thing over and over again because you
Yeah.
you can't just go, oh, let's play a different one, because then the setup will be all weird and different, and it means that you can just be okay, we know we won't get that haunt if we just use this
Yeah.
card instead.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it's
and there's even a thing that we didn't even touch on, which is if you don't want to be the traitor and it says you are, there is a system to determine someone else being the traitor.
that's
The
that's
deliberate thing that
cool.
they put in called reluctant traitor, which is
Oh.
yeah, I love
That's
that.
really fun. Especially if you're the first time playing the game or
Yeah.
something, and you're I don't want to do this all on my own. Yeah, that's really
yeah,
cool.
exactly. I think that's such a nice, again,
Yeah.
lovely little
Kinda
changes that they've.
tedious.
Yeah.
Um,
I love it when you play a new edition and they haven't ruined it.
No,
They've
they've
actually
just made it
improved
better.
Just
They
like
haven't
saying we're better.
happy salmoned it.
Oh. Anyone else want to talk about anything else they played?
We played, as we mentioned earlier, in crossover with Eurogamer. It was a video game.
Yeah.
But we played Midnight Ghost Hunt.
Yeah, we did.
Which is it's based on Prop Hunt which is a mod for Gmod from back in the day. I don't know if it existed before that, but essentially the gist is you have a team of hunters and a team of people who can turn into physics-based props in the map. So you could turn into a candle or a chair or whatever. Then you have to hide and pretend you're just part of the map. In this case, you're ghosts who are literally possessing items.
So fun.
You've got special
Yeah.
powers. You can trap them, or you can be a poltergeist and throw things around. There's miasma you can leak out and stuff, and then
Yeah.
the team
Big
of
ghost
ghost
fire.
hunters. Big ghost fire. The team of ghost hunters come in, and they've got all sorts of weapons and equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
tracking
it's
them
just, as someone who used to play Prop Hunt religiously on Gmod,
Yeah.
I'm so happy that a game has come along that has improved upon it.
It does
and
look
made
a
it
lot
even
of
better.
fun. It
Yeah.
looks,
It is
So
fun.
good.
yeah, I was watching.
Or get Matt Jarvis to buy it for you.
We'll call
I-
them. That's
Yeah,
what
we'll
we'll
call
call them.
him.
Matt, please.
Oh god, that
Love
poor
that.
man. Yeah, I was watching you play it yesterday because you played a little bit in the office, and I was like, "This looks fun."
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, you were
She was
spraying. You were doing
taunting us.
little sprays of your profile image
yeah.
on the walls.
Yeah.
And, you were at first it was a mistake, and then you just started doing it. You absolute madman.
Because in a classic multiplayer shooter, you can do a tag.
Yeah.
They do it in Overwatch, for example.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Team Fortress or
Yeah,
whatever. And like the default one is just your profile picture on Steam. So just a picture of me like with my guitar. And I'd accidentally hit the button, so I just stood next to it as well. I was like, well, this is gonna give it away.
Yeah, but then you started doing it deliberately, like
I
a
also
little
accidentally did
clue.
it, like on the corner of a wall, and it like splayed across the floor. It was
I would
fantastic.
love to do
I
a
love
like
it.
school photo-esque picture of me as my sweet tag.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That was
fantastic.
very
We
fun.
live streamed at Eurogamer. It went out
Yeah.
on Wednesday. So
Could
go
watch
and check
that
it out on
now.
the
Yeah,
channel. Very,
YouTube
very
channel.
good.
check it out.
We've been like building warbands for Frostgrave.
Yes.
Which is
That's
very exciting.
which I
Very,
love.
very exciting.
Very excited.
Which I need to redo because apparently I'm using a different numerical
Yeah,
system than
it's
everyone
fine.
else.
You're not
Yes.
too far
Yeah.
off.
But I'll go through the book to do it. But
Yeah.
But yeah, Frostgrave, for anyone who's not aware, is a miniatures game. It is, and again, we streamed that yesterday, so go have a look at that. if you
Check
wanna
it out.
Join us as we're painting and building. You are playing as a wizard, and his or her retinue of, or their retinue of,
Apprentices.
And
and warband.
So,
That's
yeah,
the one.
warband.
their
Warband.
warband of like mercenaries
Yeah.
and stuff that
People
they
you
hire to
hired.
go through Frostgrave. Frostgrave is like this ancient city of magic that's full of all these magical artifacts and super
All the
powerful
good
obsidians.
treasures.
But it got
Scrolls.
like apocalyptically frozen at some point, and it's finally starting to thaw. So now all the greedy wizards are like, ooh, don't mind if I do.
Come, my apprentice.
So me, Maddie, and Liv are building a warband each, and we're going
Yeah.
to 1v1 to go steal some treasures
Oh,
and beat
yeah.
I
the crap
cannot
out of each other.
wait.
It's going to be
It's gonna
great.
be so
It's really
fun.
nice seeing like the process behind it, and then knowing that there's going to be like a let's play in the future. So
Yeah.
like check
Yeah,
out the
step by
live
step.
Yeah.
Also, this isn't a guarantee, but Osprey have also sent over some Stargrave stuff, which is the sci-fi
I
version.
really want to play.
Just
Gotta check it out.
sci-fi. Just sci-fi
So-
Frostgrave.
If you
Yeah,
exactly,
and
if
space.
you want to watch us play that, please go and watch the Frostgrave Let's
Yes.
Play when we
Yeah.
do it,
Yeah.
so that we know
We'll
that
do
people
more.
want to watch it. Because if it
My
only gets like
friends.
1,000 views, then we probably won't. But there you go.
Hey,
Fun.
Cool.
That's
we
content,
got
baby.
we got to work.
Reality.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
work.
We got to earn
You
a
gotta
buck.
hustle.
You better work.
You girls gotta eat.
Girl,
Yeah.
you better.
Anyone else want to talk about anything before we?
Have I done anything this week?
I'm just like, I don't
We
Yeah.
played some quacks the other week.
We
the other
did
day.
play quacks,
Yeah, was
yes.
that this week? No, but it
Oh, it
was
was last
recently.
week.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't between.
It was like 2
No,
weeks
we-
ago. or
we spoke
something.
about it.
Yeah.
Oh, we
on
did.
that
We
film.
did. I
Quacks
played
is
quacks
really good.
again with
Yeah.
Chloe at home. Yeah.
Quacks is, I really
Nice.
need to
That's good.
buy a copy.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I want to get the little plastic versions of the
yeah,
tokens.
I've
'cause they're
seen
like,
Oh, that's
those.
so
they clack
fun.
around in the
Clacky,
bag,
clacky.
and they don't get all
Oh.
gross and grubby because you're
Oh my god, I need to try
holding
that
them with your
out.
fingers. yeah, I want to
Sounds
get that.
amazing.
I'm getting up Matt Jarvis on the phone.
Are you going to
Oh,
call my
no.
job?
ready, just ready.
Okay, I
I've
see.
gotten ready.
Too
What if
excited.
we all
Yeah.
call him at once and then we see
Yeah.
who he picks? Who he decides to answer?
You should-
Surely,
Surely
surely
it's
everyone
gets
but the
inverted.
first person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just get a busy tone.
Yeah. Well, that's the prize. You get a chat with Matt Jarvis.
But yeah, is there
Cool.
anything else that anyone wants to talk about before we
I
start
I think that's. I
the
think.
celebrations?
Well, I can just direct people quickly
Yeah.
to certain things on the website.
Oh, let's do Matt and then we'll do the news.
No, I'll get it out. I'll get it out of the way first.
Alright, news first.
We're
get
skipping
the-
over the news.
Get the boring stuff.
We're skipping
Wow.
over. This is me and's favourite segment. The news.
Yeah,
You're
news.
in the chopper.
I'm in the chopper.
Oh.
Can somebody make a little?
This is
Wow,
actually
wow.
like this is what you're seeing right now is just a hologram. I'm actually
Oh, you're projecting. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. I'm behind the
Thanks,
sky.
Maddie. You're my
Simple
only
people.
hope.
Yeah. So you can head over to Dicebreaker.com
Bring it up.
That one.
right now to read the hottest news, features,
Hot.
opinion pieces,
Ooh.
the whole lot. We got some
Everything.
pretty good stuff on there at the moment, including some hot news pieces. I'm just going to
Ooh.
rattle some off right now.
Yeah.
Rattle.
A lot of Kickstarter / GameFound stuff is happening, everyone.
Yeah, well,
That's always
GameFound
fun.
have opened up their floodgates,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
'Cause it used to be like, oh, contact us and we'll
Yeah,
hopefully put you
contact Awoken
on. Yeah.
Realms,
Yes.
who founded GameFound. Now they're like, yeah.
Well, now it's Kickstarter style.
Yeah,
It's
now they're like,
hey, if you want to do it, just
just do
sign
it.
up and
Oh,
we'll
wow.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is pretty exciting
So
because
It's fun.
because they don't currently have a crypto division.
No.
So that's why a lot of
love
people are
that.
moving over there instead.
and
But
yeah,
also
yeah.
they've got new features. They've got like different ways because it's built. GameFound was originally like a backer kit start thing, right?
Yeah.
Where it was like it had more customizability than a Kickstarter page. So
Yeah.
you could
Right.
say, oh, I want this and this and this and whatever.
Yeah.
But all that functionality is now just built in.
Yeah.
So it should be a little bit more robust than a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Which, we'll see how it happens, but it's quite exciting to see some competition in that market.
Yeah, it is
sure.
good, and they're not using crypto, which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
But we got some hot Kickstarters coming. everyone.
Oh, baby!
Fresh out.
Where's the... I need like an air horn where it's like, it's Kickstarter announcement time!
We are the air horn.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This is why I need a soundboard.
We do need
We do.
Yeah, we were discussing that yesterday. We want a stream deck as well.
Yes.
So-
Yeah.
Which, well, they can be both.
Yeah, that's true. Let's
Yeah.
call up Matt Jarvis and we'll ask for a list.
Yeah.
Let's just make a list of things we want to buy, and then we're like, hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt. We know you're off. But
We
can you
want
just sort out
these
this for the
things.
expensive issues? Yeah.
Kickstarter stuff. Blade Runner, the role-playing game, is coming to Kickstarter.
Ooh.
That's news. At first, I thought it was just a retail, but it's coming to Kickstarter
There we go.
in May.
Alright.
You can keep an eye out for that. Frosthaven. Apparently, the Kickstarter pledges are set to be fulfilled in September this year.
Happy birthday.
And how much does it retail for me?
So there is going to be a retail release this year, and they have bumped the price up somewhat due to apparently new components and shipping costs, which is an ongoing problem thanks to COVID-19.
Yeah.
Originally costing $160, it is now costing $250, which amounts to about £190.
Oh.
That's a lot of money for a board game.
It does sort of last you for the rest of time.
It is
but-
enormous,
Yeah.
and one of the main reasons why they said they've done it is because there's just more stuff in there now. Because apparently nobody can control themselves at
No.
Cessla Fair.
No.
But and also shipping issues, which
Yeah, no, I do feel
It's
sorry
in a
for the
massive
shipping
box.
thing, 'cause it's like, yeah, like you say, it's going to be heavy. But also,
Right.
everyone's getting screwed by global shipping at the moment.
Yeah.
yeah. Last thing, The Dark Quarter, which is a new horror game from Lucky Duck Games.
Yes.
They do the Chronicles of Crime
Ah,
series.
yes.
They did the Destinies game as well.
Yeah, they did. We had a lovely chat with them at Essen.
Yeah.
But they announced this horror game they're doing called The Dark Quarter. And it's coming to Kickstarter.
Why aren't they doing
On-
Dark Place? That's what I want to know. Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. That's what I want a board game made out of. Make it happen, people. Channel 4, get it licensed.
Oh.
It's coming to Kickstarter on Tuesday.
Wow.
And they released some more details about it as well. It's going to be like a 16-plus horror game. There's going to be some...
It's going to have an age rating.
An age rating.
Oh my
16
god, I've never
plus.
seen a board game with
Yeah,
an age
so
rating.
that.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Well, outside of like adult board games.
I mean,
you know,
well,
like,
yeah. That's,
Well, it's
Lick Eye.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be one of those. Oh.
usually their age is like suggested for like, can your kids like...
yeah, like, can they play it?
Like, play
How,
it.
how old do you have to be to explain
To really-
to actually
yeah.
explain
Whereas
to them, yeah.
this is like there's stuff in here that's
Yeah.
inappropriate for children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's mostly because it's a horror game. There's probably going to be
Yeah,
some
that's
violent
It's gonna be
stuff.
some
Eerie.
grotesque things.
But it's just a really interesting setting. It's like 1980s New Orleans.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and there's like some vampire stuff,
Oh.
some magic stuff, and all of that. So it looks really
Is
interesting.
there, remind me, is there like an app integrated
Yes,
thing
it
with
will be
Yeah.
app integrated.
Okay.
Will's face
Right.
immediately drops.
Yep.
I-
Take that.
You know, look, I'll play it. You want to play it? We'll play it.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I'm
down.
interested about it, and they've hired a cultural consultant as
Oh,
well,
good.
which is always good to see.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
I cannot stand publishers who are just like, here's this white guy, let's have him make this
Here
board
he
game
goes.
about a setting he has absolutely no
say-
connection to.
Top tip for all you board game makers out there and RPGs. You can also just hire them to work on the game rather than having them as a consultant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just let them make the games.
Yeah.
So
Almost like
That's better. Yeah, that's better, but the
Yeah.
cultural consultant thing is
Still-
better than nothing.
Still good. Yeah, still good.
That's all the news, everyone. Otherwise, yeah, head to the
Happy
website for that opinion piece on Gloomhaven Digital I mentioned. Head there for a lovely opinion piece that Chase has done on Magic Arena. It's very
Yes.
spicy.
It is a spicy one.
Yeah, he's poking a hornet's nest there.
Oh.
We also have a wonderful list of board games you would like if you play D&D,
Yeah.
written by the lovely Liv Kennedy.
Hello, it's me. Hi, I
Very
wrote that.
good.
And also available on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
If you want to read it, you can find it on Dicebreaker.com. You want to watch it, you can find it right here
If you
on
want
the
to
YouTube
read
channel.
it but line by line, then just mute it and let the subtitles play.
Yes. There's so many options.
I said
So
that
many.
like, I mean, you read everything line by line, don't you? If you want to have every line visually appear
Yeah.
one after another
One by one.
before before it's gone. Yeah.
Look, whatever you want, I'm sure you can figure it out.
There are ways. Do
Come
what
on,
you
I
want.
believe in you.
Audiobook version? Just close your eyes.
There you go. That's the news.
Okay.
Alright.
Then
Oh,
let's get on to the main event. Not the main event.
No,
Let's call this the
pretty
second
main.
main event.
This feels pretty big.
Oh,
So-
I would love to point out that in the chat, Chase is just like,
Oh, Chase is in the
Yay.
chat.
Hello, Chase. Can you all have a big hello and congrats to Chase
Yeah.
for who's
Texan
been
boy.
on plenty of our podcasts as well. Big round of applause for him. Also for Fel, our mod, our lovely mod.
Yeah, Angel B.
I don't know if Angel Beat's in the chat. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
they are.
Yes, Angel Beat. Thank you very much as well for your presence.
Thank
It's
you.
time to call Matt Jarvis.
Get on
Hey.
speakerphone, baby. Speakerphone.
The beloved
Yeah,
official
Rolina,
host of the
Rolina.
Dicebreaker
Sorry.
Podcast. It's okay. It's our channel.
We're gonna disturb his peace.
Yeah.
He's not in this week, so
We're ruining his Friday.
yeah, we're absolutely destroying his
Yeah.
relaxing break.
Here we go.
Hello, Matt Jarvis. You're live on the Dicebreaker Podcast. We wanted to reach out and say a congratulations for hosting 100 episodes of the Dicebreaker Podcast, either yourself or via your proxy host. Is there anything that you'd like to say?
Yeah, if you could please remove my details from this calling list. I don't know how you got my number, but I don't appreciate it.
There's been a tragic accident in the mill, and your beloved husband Terry is dead.
Well, congrats on 100.
Yeah.
And also, I can't believe you invited Nick Cage.
Matt Jarvis, are you watching the podcast on your holiday?
Not anymore. I've turned off my radio in the background.
It's very professional.
Of course.
Aww.
Well, thanks very much for joining us, Matt. We will see you on the next podcast episode, but until then, have a lovely day.
You better rank those games right, or I will
Okay, bye!
Also, would love to point out that Nick Cage was not invited. He came here on his own.
Yeah, he
He
did.
turned
Yeah.
up with a bottle of wine and we were like, well, we can't just let
We
him
can't tell him to go.
It'd be awkward. By the way, we've got 99 concurrent viewers, so if one more person can tune in, that'd be
Yeah, for 100 people for 100 episodes.
Share it to a friend. Come on, we gotta get 100.
We have
great.
friends.
Oh, I
right?
bet we were on 100 and then Matt Jarvis turned off so he could get on
Oh, Matt, father of the podcast.
the phone. Father of the podcast and of our hearts.
You know,
All right.
you know what we should have done is we should have gotten the numbers of every guest we've had on the podcast.
Yes.
I mean, like, hello and welcome to the podcast.
Don't you
Chase,
mean
I'd
hello?
You're-
Chase, I'd love to call you, but I'm not paying that international
Yeah,
fee.
that's fair.
All right, okay. So, is it time?
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
Wheels.
Wheels.
Oh, wherever will we get these board
But
whatever
Wheels,
from?
Yeah.
guess what I've got in my pocket?
What have you got in your pocket?
What have I got in my pocket? It's
What
not a
have you got in
sweetie.
your pocket?
It's not my key.
I can see a mic pack in your pocket.
We don't talk about that.
Yes, it's in my pack. Are you happy to see me?
Pre-cut out.
What
I'm
are
transitioning.
these?
I'm transitioning.
Whoa. Can we see them? Yay!
Oh,
Yeah,
my
because the
goodness.
balloon is in the way.
Okay.
Out of the way,
Peppa Pig,
Peppa.
please.
Oh.
Oh, she is
Oh,
misbehaving.
Misbehavior.
Alright.
All right,
We good?
so let's have a look at some of the games that we've got to rank here. Sorry if they're a little bit illegible. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to turn the brightness down a little bit because it's a little bit
Oh.
blurry.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I was going
Ooh,
to
no, that turned it up.
Or no?
There we go, that's better. That's a little bit more legible now.
What do you-
Tell me what they are.
What do you
as
think?
opposed to-
Nick's also involved. He
Uh,
loves board games.
Nick,
We
you
all know that.
fan of Catan?
I can't do an Nick Cage voice.
Oh, yeah, I love Catan. I am an American actor.
That's him.
Impression.
I
got-
loved you in Pig.
We've got Settlers of Catan. We've got Codenames. We've got Quacks of Quedlinburg. We're going up with some of the big hitters, some of the most
Yeah.
popular
Boys.
games. Terraforming Mars, Werewolf, Monica's is very tiny.
Small one.
Tiny Monica's.
Carcassonne, Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, Love Letter. Ooh.
Which is really, really big for some reason.
Yeah.
It's a big
These are
version.
all to
Mysterium,
scale. Just remember
Dead
that.
of Winter, Ticket to Ride,
Oh.
Secret Hitler, Bards the Mysterious Manor, and Tapestry, which we'll just pop those over there.
I
We've
wonder
got
what we think of those.
Scythe, we've got Happy Salmon, we've got Gloomhaven, we've got Pandemic, We've got Betrayal with its lovely new box art.
Yeah.
We've got Wingspan. We've got Root. And we've got Camelot, which we recorded.
That is the ranking. Thank you so much, everyone.
Which we recorded a very funny TikTok about.
Well, let's just get this.
Oh, and Crocodile, which was sat on top, but I forgot to say the name.
Crocodile, yeah.
I might turn down the air conditioning.
Well, we've got the magnets.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think the magnets we can use to keep them stopped.
Let's just get this over with.
We only printed these out. We literally only printed these out so we can F-tier them. So if you can just...
Something's got to be an F-tier.
Maybe
Vast Mysterious
argue.
Power.
Let's explain.
You take Vast.
Yeah, we should explain to the judge.
We've only been live for about 40 minutes, so we should probably beef this out a little bit.
By the way, we're ranking these board games. We didn't explain, I think.
Yeah, hence the, we
this
said
is
it at the start, but just in case anyone's
Yeah.
tuned in late, we're ranking these board games from S, A, B, C, D, E, all the way down to F tier.
Matt
These are...
Jarvis says, if Ticket to Ride is anything less than an S, I will come down to Brighton, I swear.
Oh, here comes Mr. Train with his train propaganda.
And
Mr.
he'll come down
Train.
here on a train, won't he?
Matt, what are you? Starlight Express? No.
Got him.
Got him.
What are we doing, folks?
All right, start with
yeah,
Vast.
we'll
Yeah.
explain.
Tell me about Vast.
We have to explain to the judge. There are rules to this. Okay. Vast was actually the first board game review I ever did for Dicebreaker.com.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Wow.
And oh boy.
I see.
Let's just say Matt Jarvis apologised to me.
Because like it's like the same artist and publisher as Root.
Yeah.
One of the best games ever made.
Later
We'll be talking
games.
about that later.
Wow.
And yet.
So this is the sequel quote to Vast,
the
the
Crystal
Cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's interesting because the general perception of this game is like it's good, but my personal experience of it is so negative. It's asymmetric. They have different factions, but the way that they're explained, they're just so complicated, needlessly complicated.
And also just like convoluted and a bit boring.
Yeah, I played Vast multiple times, and it was always a very long, drawn-out, boring affair. And I love asymmetric games.
Yeah.
Like, completely. And Vast just drops the ball.
And this isn't just an Alex Meehan opinion. Everyone who played it with us also
like,
hated
this
it.
is
myself
bad.
included.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we don't like doing super negative reviews, but
No.
we were just like,
It's warranted.
I don't want to play this ever again.
Yeah. And something's got to be in the F tier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now Tapestry is made. Do you know what? I'm going to bump up to E. I think.
Oh.
All right, Renee getting already. Okay, gotcha.
Tapestry is a game from the publisher of Scythe.
Yeah, again,
Again.
a publisher with a great track record.
I was like, wow, this is probably going to be great. It's a sort of Civ game where you're like developing a civilization over the years, and you have this tapestry thing, which, by the way, doesn't really do much in the game, where you're like, upgrading with certain powers and all that kind of stuff, and you have these like 4 tech tracks around the board that you're improving yourselves on. They don't have like branches or anything. It's just like a track. And also you kind of have to do all of them. So basically, it's a game in which you're promised like, oh, you're going to have this really different civilization where you're going to be really different from everyone else and really powerful. But in actual fact, everyone kind of plays the exact same thing apart from like 1 or 2 minor differences. And also, it has these like ugly little building miniatures, which again, don't really need to be in there. And it costs like $150.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, why? How did this get made?
Also, more plastic.
Yeah, more plastic. And they're just like, I understand that people have like, oh, I love miniatures and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I do.
But they're these like really not very nice looking little models of houses and like rocket ships and stuff, and they kind of suck. IMO, and all you do is use them to fill out a grid, and it's
like-
just like, why?
It's like when a board game has miniatures for like the heroes and the enemies, and I'm like, this is such a waste. Just do the heroes.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, Wingspan flew away.
I know. Wingspan flew off the
So
table.
So there we go. We've got our personal vendettas out.
Let's get that out of the way.
next
That
up-
nastiness.
What we're going to do is let's shuffle
we take them one by
Yeah,
one.
let's shuffle them and do them randomly.
Are we doing this like we each get one veto, or like?
I think we
Gonna have to come to a consensus.
Yeah,
That's
I
going to
think
be
group
such a struggle.
And that's really going to pad this one out. So.
Yeah. You're acting like we don't completely plan all this amazingly well.
What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, no.
We're also acting as if maybe our opinions differ quite a lot.
If we do this for a TTRPG,
Yes.
Oh, God,
thing,
yeah.
It would be
oh
fun.
my gosh, Oh my gosh.
We'd have to have a special tier called I Don't Want to Talk About It.
Yeah.
That we put D&D in.
Let's just put it to one side.
Just like someone's love it, someone's hate it.
If,
We just put it in the middle because then that's for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait, no.
Yeah, it's a C-tier game. I think that's
No,
fair.
it's not.
It's a C-tier game. Thanks,
It's
Maddie.
no, Maddie.
if you happen to have any opinions yourself,
Yeah.
viewers,
Yes, let us know.
please let us know in the chat. You can also post questions for us. We'd love to answer your questions about anything you like.
We love to talk.
Yeah, we love to talk.
Love it.
And we love it when you let us.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
I will
and if-
say that Nathaniel Levy and Tim Phillips have already talked about Wingspan, and that is going to be our first game.
Oh!
Sorry, I cut you off there, Matt. What were you about to say?
Hello, what?
Sorry, I cut you off. I was just letting you finish.
Oh, I was just good. Oh, I was also going to say, if you're listening to this in advance, no, that would be
If
opposite.
you listen to this later on.
If you're listening
After
to
the
this,
If you listened to this a week ago before we recorded it,
first,
Yeah.
number one, how?
Put it in but drop it in the comments what you think, because we read the comments and,
yeah.
Yeah.
And also, if you want the visual aspect of, we've got a big whiteboard that we've drawn a tier ranking list on, then come on
otherwise-
over to YouTube.
Yeah.
You can catch us here every Friday, 2 p.m. BST. You should watch it live.
Yes.
Yeah, but also thank you for listening or watching this regardless.
Thank you, everyone.
If you don't know what BST is, it's British Summertime and it's GMT plus one.
British
Sorry.
summertime.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think
Confusion.
before we get properly into it, we should thank everyone in the chat.
Thank
Everyone
you
who's
so
watching
much.
us, please.
100 episodes.
Yeah.
So much.
Thank you for
Yeah.
joining us. We would give you a the Batman Oreo if we could. Yeah.
So I'll eat it for you.
Yeah.
No,
they're
well done.
Very
Nice.
gracious of you. Right, let's get this.
Okay, here we go.
Wingspan.
Wingspan, what do we reckon, folks?
It's pretty good.
I really like
It
it.
It's
is
very
good.
popular. I don't know if I'd call it S tier, personally.
No.
No, I wouldn't call it SD.
I would say it's either a B or an A.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
so, I think it's so beautiful, I think is one of the things that
Yeah.
pushes it up for me. Like
I
it is
mean,
just a really
let-
pretty game to enjoy.
firstly, it's above average.
Yeah, it's above a C.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
above
yeah,
a C.
yeah.
I actually wrote an article about why I think the mechanics of this game are really good. It
Mm-hmm.
isn't just its theme and its like artwork, which are stunning.
yeah.
But like I often think people forget this is also just an
Solid end to
absolute
build.
solid
Yeah.
game
Yeah.
to play. I don't think it's like life changing.
No, this is my thing.
No.
It's like, we played it, because I played it for the first time recently in one of our game days, and I was like, yeah, it's okay. You know?
Yeah, so you like,
I
you had
enjoyed
such
it.
high expectations.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is
No,
good.
no,
this is
I
amazing.
always
like-
enjoy playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would describe it as like a solid game.
I also think it's important to say that this was like a labor of love by
Yeah.
the creator.
Yeah.
What's the creator's name?
Elizabeth Hargrave.
Elizabeth Hargrave, made this from the ground up and loves some birds.
Yeah, she's
Ornithologist.
she's an
Ornithologist.
ornithologist. Yeah,
And you can tell her
Yeah.
by playing.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. This is someone who cares,
Which I
and it,
love.
Also,
And I love
it
birds.
fulfilled my need to body shame birds by saying that their wingspan was too small, which I thought was very fun.
Nice.
I
Nice.
think it's pretty good.
It is very good.
It's-
also, you get eggs in it.
You do
God,
get mini
them
eggs, but you
tasty
can't eat
little
them.
eggs.
You can't eat the
Eggs.
mini eggs, and for
They-
that reason, it's an F.
They do look delicious.
They do, and I ate
No.
some mini Fs recently.
Yeah, I literally
Give it an
did
E
some
for
last night.
egg.
Our ranking.
Big
no
egg.
sense.
Big egg. B for big egg.
Big, big egg.
A for ag.
I think it's really going to be between these two. But
Yeah.
I kind of.
Should we vote?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think B.
Will also be.
Maddie.
I'm gonna go A.
A.
I'm also going to go A.
A.
I'm also going A.
I'm a
Okay.
big fan.
Alright.
Our first A tier game. Triple A.
Go.
And a B.
An egg.
An egg.
An egg.
An oof.
There you are.
You got it? Yeah.
There we are.
Some possibly a magnet.
Got
Thank
it.
you very much.
There we go.
And that's
It's
not
on.
our first ranking, but our first favourable ranking.
First
Yeah.
favourite ranking. Wingspan going up in the A tier. And
Yeah.
let's see what our
Let
next
us know what
game
you think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do
Chat,
you
let us know
agree?
your ranking.
Are
Let's
we
see what the
right?
next
Are we
game
wrong?
is.
Oh, you just dropped
Scythe!
it.
I
Oh,
just dropped it
wow.
on the floor.
Now, here's the thing.
Same publisher.
Scythe was one of the games we were supposed to play on our last game day, but
Yeah.
we didn't get around
Yeah,
to
Oh,
it.
no. It is
So
a
it-
chunky game, to be fair.
It's I think, have you played Scythe?
No, I haven't. I was waiting for game day.
Yeah, I was also waiting for
It's
game day.
just,
We've
okay,
both
this is going to be
played
a
it.
Wheels
This is
and
a
Alex,
Wheels and
me,
me
and
affair.
discussion.
We can give our objective opinions.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
describe it
Right.
with like,
First
Nice
of all,
box.
Lovely
Yeah.
box.
Mm.
I like the theme, the setting of like old.
And what sort of setting would you call this?
Oh, yeah, we
I like
got
that there is a woman with a bear. That's
Yeah.
a thing.
that
Yes.
encompasses a
We've
lot.
got
and I
we've
love
got a
that.
setting category, old.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
yeah,
Also-
on the website makes
Also,
sense.
I've wanted to play it for ages, and I think just like the fact that it's like so well known that I've been craving it for so long. You know,
Yeah,
it's
it's
important.
gonna be-
So, for those who may not know about Scythe, it is a board game where you are like a ruler of a fictional nation. It's kind of like World War One-ish, basically.
Yeah, it's like
Old.
World War One imagery,
Yeah,
but then
But
paired with
with
diesel punk.
diesel punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the artwork is really excellent. And it's primarily a game where you're sort of managing different parts of your faction to like gain points. So it's not a game where you're like waging war, although you can do that. I'd say it's more a game where you're like, I'm going to do this building thing, and then I'm going to like get some more food, and then I'm going to pursue this particular objective. It's very much a game about choosing a path and then sticking with it
Yeah.
and attempting to like get as many points as
So
possible.
it's not like Pax Premier where you can just defect and it'll be fine.
No.
No, it's very much you have what you have, and
Okay.
you've got to make do
Yeah,
with it.
and sometimes you will be in a situation where
Yeah.
you start out in a particular part of the map and it kind of sucks.
Yeah, I think Scythe, and it's always difficult with these games where it's like wargaming, where like, oh, but you can just discuss and gang up on the person who's most strong, and it's like, but it maybe has a balance issue if you can call
agree.
it that. Like there is one faction, for example, which is absurdly powerful because they can teleport into the middle of the board at the start of the game.
Each
Wow.
faction has a special ability as well, and I will say fundamentally, to me, there are some abilities that are just better than
Yeah.
others. Like, so if I'm ever playing as, I can't remember what they're called, but the ones that are like essentially the Germans.
Yes.
Um,
Who I think look really cool.
yeah, they look really cool.
Because he's
but-
got a wolf.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Like,
Yeah.
I would say his special ability, which is to do with combat, just doesn't really suit me because I would actually say combat's probably one of the worst elements of
Yeah,
Scythe.
combat is like kind of counterintuitive, where it's like, oh, you don't want to get in a fight.
Yeah,
You really
yeah.
don't want to get
Scythe
in a fight.
is actually
it's
a
like you've got
game-
these massive mechs walking around, and they're literally just like,
Oh.
oh, I'm just here for the agriculture.
Yeah, because of the ramifications of war
Yeah.
are actually which
is
thematically
cool,
speaking
yeah.
is kind
Yeah,
of cool
yeah.
because it's not actually beneficial for you to go to war. But like that when it's described as a war game, it's very confusing because it's not
Yeah.
really. It's
It's
more.
more of a Euro.
It's
yeah.
more a game, yeah, exactly, where you sit in your corner and kind of do your thing. And
Stay in
like
your lane.
Yeah.
this game is still up there for me,
Mm.
but I will say I have come down a bit from like
Yeah.
being in love with it. Like
Yeah, I don't think it's like one of the best games of all time or anything. I, again, would probably say B. I think if Scythe got a second edition, it would move up to an A for me. Where it like
what's wrong with the first edition?
I think it needs a little bit of tweaking. It needs some of the powers.
Balancing.
Yeah, some of the powers either need to be a bit more sexy,
Yeah.
or some of the other ones need to button up
Because
their shirt a little
you
bit.
would
know?
rather play like Comet, for example, than this, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I-
you would rather play Comet a lot of the time.
Yeah, but
I will
like,
remind everyone that Cyclades is my favourite, not Comet.
yeah,
However,
I mean, like, so Cyclades is like kind of like this game.
I
In
think
its
Scythe
its
tries
sense.
to be a little bit asymmetric.
Yeah,
And that is always risky because you like when you're asymmetric, it means that one player can just kind of stand out a little bit. And it's like there's only so much. Like, you've got games like Cosmic Encounter, where like the unbalanced nature of it is the fun part,
Fun of
where
it.
it's like it's goofy, like you can just
Yeah.
screw each other over.
whereas
all that kind
this
of
is
stuff.
like, this is a strategy game.
Yeah,
like,
and it's very cut and dry.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you can have a turn where you're just like, I can't do anything useful
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like I've screwed myself up a little bit. Like there's nothing here that's gonna really benefit me in the long term. I can just like get a few more resources or whatever.
So-
That drives me mad.
Yeah,
You're saying B.
I'd say B. Yeah.
I'm gonna say A.
Ooh.
You two
If
decide.
it, what? I will. How
Can
about
chat
the chat
decide?
decides?
Yeah.
Chat.
I will
Chat,
say
what
that
do you
there
think?
are
Balance
a
a
lot
B
of
or an
people,
A?
including Steenberg, who says Scythe is an A tier, glorious setting, fun mechanics, nice turn structure, fun differing factions, but a bit repetitive in the long run.
Okay.
You have Charlie Etheridge Nunn. It's a bit of a tricky learning experience, but a real joy to play and to
Yeah.
master. A feels right for it.
Mastering
Okay.
is the fun of Scythe, I will
Mhm.
say. This is not a game where the first time you play it, you're going to be like, this is
And I
amazing.
think-
This is the problem.
Although
I think that niche element.
But that's what I love about it.
Yeah. You also have Stefan, who says that Scythe is another S tier for me.
Ooh.
So
This is one of the problems with Scythe though. It's a very popular game.
Yeah, it's very beloved.
And we're
Like,
kind of talking about how
our
overrated it
opinions.
is,
These
you know?
are our opinions.
Yeah,
Like,
but
So by going to chat, I think we're going to be skewed upwards. You know,
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. Let's have you two give your comments.
based on the arguments that we've
Based
given.
on never playing it,
Yeah.
I think I'm qualified to say. Where would I don't know. How would I know?
Based on what we've said about it, who do you reckon is making a good point?
I would, purely from how the vibes I get from the good
Which
vibes.
is the most important part.
I would go A.
Yeah, I
See,
mean
was
the
gonna say,
chat.
we both had issues with it, so I was going to say B. So now we've just come
Oh,
to
no.
it.
Au contraire,
Oh,
if we had
I
no
love that.
issues,
It'd be
it would
S.
be an S tier.
Yeah.
This is true.
If was
It has-
perfect,
This is
it'd be an S.
true.
My issues with it are some of it's unbalanced, and also it is a Euro game, which sometimes will piss me off because like player interaction isn't always prioritized.
I would say,
Those are
like,
the only problems I have with it.
It also
Okay.
it chugs a little bit, like it can really slow down.
Yeah, but that can
at
happen in a
points.
lot of games.
Daniel
Yeah.
Levy says, are we taking the cost of the games into account when
Yeah, it's
making
also
decisions?
very expensive.
It is very expensive, but you get a lot in it.
You do.
Do you think it's on the same level as Wingspan?
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it's better than Wingspan, personally.
Okay, then yeah, it's got to be
That's
A.
Yeah.
There it
I'm
is.
happy with that. Yeah.
A tier.
All right.
Like Scythe, I could play a lot more times than Wingspan. Like
Okay.
Wingspan,
Okay.
sure you'll get
Yeah.
variety with different cards, but like I don't think that there's much depth in Wingspan as there is in Scythe. Whereas
Also-
Scythe is one of those games that you could play like.
Something we failed to mention with Wingspan is that it was in a popular British soap recently.
Coronation
So-
Was it
Street.
Coronation Street? Yeah.
One of those.
So, hold on, one sec. Let me just.
Well, one of the games that we'll be ranking here was in a was in a recent film as well. So
Oh, yeah,
yeah, it was.
Well,
Do
there's
you
one
want
out.
to get?
We'll
Let's
find
see if you
out.
can guess
We'll
which
find
one
out.
it is.
Whoa,
Let's
I
see
remember
what's
telling
next. Mysterium.
Hey!
Okay.
Here we go.
Hands up if you play Mysterium.
I forgot I'd played it until you got the box out the other day, and I was like, no, I have played this. This is really familiar. But only digitally, I will say. So
Oh,
that's slightly
interesting.
That-
I
the
think
digital
Mysterium is fantastic.
Yes.
I would again argue that it probably needs a second edition.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Some of the rules are a little bit messy.
Here's
The
a
betting stuff.
yeah.
you know,
I don't
like,
think that needs to be in
yeah.
there. Guess what? In Mysterium Park, they take that out,
Oh.
and I think
okay.
there's a reason why they do that because it's not actually that good.
Do you think
Yeah.
Mysterium Park is better than
No.
Mysterium?
No.
Okay.
What makes you say that?
Mysterium Park, one of the main issues we found with Mysterium Park is the fact that some of the cards that you had to relate to were too similar
Oh, yeah.
in some of the imagery, and it made it
Oh.
harder to.
Yeah, that's annoying.
No, thank you. I'm talking.
Thank you.
It made it harder for us to like give more specific clues.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
quite an issue.
I also prefer the theme of Mysterium. Like Mysterium Park is very specific. It's like circus stuff, which you love. Clowncore.
Yeah, I'm big into
We've had
We were
clowncore.
discussing
such a
this
long
today.
discussion about
Clowncore is a
clown
fashion
board
movement,
games.
and you'll all see it soon.
Watch Dicebreaker Plus.
Guarantee.
Whereas
This space.
Yeah.
Mysterium is
Bringing
just
it.
general weirdness, which I like appreciate.
That's fine.
I
Yeah.
do
Let's get
think.
this straight out of the gate. Fantastic thing.
Yeah.
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 One of you is literally dead. Amazing.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Spooky.
Love that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cool. Amazing art.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Incredible art.
so
Oh,
good. That's
oh, the
the
art is
best.
the
Yeah,
art.
that's what
Absolutely
got me.
beautiful game.
Also, just like.
I was just going to say that I made a Why You Should Play with Mysterium video that's on the channel right now. If anyone hasn't heard of it, you can go take a look at that.
Check it out.
And I think it's the most fun I've had doing B-roll for anything.
Yeah.
Because I just get to zoom in on the cards and they're
Yeah.
so pretty and yeah.
It's
no,
it's just a unique proposition, and it's
Mm,
not
it's very-
something we've seen
very
a
fun.
huge amount of.
good. No,
Just
yeah.
like the reason why I really like it so much is because it takes a game I don't like, which is Dixit,
Yes, I was going to say.
and it makes it workable.
Yeah.
Like one of the big reasons why I don't like Dixit is because I don't think there's enough of a thing there to do.
Dixit is a proof of concept.
Yes,
Mysterium
this.
is a game.
And
Yeah.
it goes exactly the same for Detective Club. But guess what? This is the spicy. I think Detective Club is better than Mysterium.
Oh, I've not played Detective Club.
The reason why I don't think the theme is strong, because it doesn't really have like an overarching theme. It does have obviously lovely cards and artwork. It's still like, you know, surrealist and stuff. But the mechanics of it, I think, make it better because it adds that.
Je ne sais quoi.
It's a hidden role game,
Oh, I
but
do like
with
the hidden
with
roles.
these surrealist cards. So you have the different elements of it where you have to try and pick a card that matches the theme. And someone doesn't know what the theme is, so they have to basically like bluff
That
it.
mixes it in with Fake Castle in New York territory.
And then at the end, when everyone's picked their cards, they have to explain why they chose their cards in relation to the theme, including the person who doesn't know what the theme is. And I have seen multiple rounds where you have to then vote on who you think the outsider is. And I have seen multiple rounds where the outsider's gotten away with it, clearly because someone else has not produced a good enough argument, or their cards are just not like fitting. That to me is a better game than Mysterium. Like,
a lot of people in the chat are saying that Obscurio is better, which we had.
I don't think so. We played that.
I don't agree.
No.
I think Obscurio is worse. I think
Obscurio is
Obscurio
worse.
is even more convoluted.
Yeah, it's convoluted. Yeah.
Which is like Mysterium is such a beautifully simple game at heart. That's why I don't like all the gambling stuff that they put on top because it just messes it up.
However, I will argue Mysterium has its problems.
Oh.
I would also love to point out that we have a transcription, whatever. We have a message from Matt Jarvis.
Oh!
Yes, who says, Vast is
A telegram.
E. A telegram, that's the one, thank you. Vast is E, Tapestry is D, Wingspan is B.
Ooh.
Matt, we don't care about your tapestry opinion. Sorry.
Scythe is B, Mysterium is D.
Whoa, Matt Jarvis.
Scythe agrees with me. He agrees with me on Scythe.
Scythe agrees with
Yeah, he
you.
agrees
Well,
with me on
Matt
Scythe.
Jarvis,
Scythe
I'm
obviously
afraid.
disagrees with you. I disagree with the D, Matt.
Yeah,
What
the
was the
D's
D, sorry?
hard. The
Mysterium.
Mysterium
Oh no! Don't listen to
Yeah,
Matt
he
Jarvis.
doesn't
Matt Jarvis.
has spicy opinions.
He's got some.
He's a spicy boy.
Controversial takes. Let's just say that.
I would say like the big problem with Mysterium is that sometimes I have seen people play as the ghost and they've had a really bad time of it just because the nature of the game just means that they struggle.
You need to play Mysterium correctly, and I know that sounds weird, but you do. You need to have people who are totally committed to
Well, no, sometimes you can just draw cards that are crap. And then that just ruins the experience for you. I'm standing by this. I have seen people who had a terrible time playing Mysterium.
No, that's obviously true. This is separate to what I'm saying.
No, but what you're saying is you just got to play it properly.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that you need
That
to have...
wasn't a get good. It
No.
was everyone has to be in the right
Maybe you
frame
would-
of
the right
mind.
frame of mind.
It's
Yeah.
not even the right frame of mind. I really think it's just sometimes the cards you draw are just so bad.
Again,
that
me
you
and
just can't
having
do
different
it.
conversations.
These are like,
Yes,
like two
I
separate
agree.
Yeah, no,
points.
we
This is
do
different,
agree on
yeah.
this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
also,
mean,
you need to play it a certain way.
Yeah,
I think
you
so.
need to be totally committed to the concept and really throw yourself into it. Is all I'm saying.
As
yeah,
well
sure.
as-
I mean, surely that's the case with every game, right?
Oh, not necessarily. Like,
Yeah, so kind of like you're not going
You
to pull
wouldn't
this
ask
out with
someone if that
everybody.
was ticket
It's
to
like
ride,
some
you know?
friends that
No.
aren't.
Yeah.
So
No,
kind
no.
of into
I mean like friends who have enjoyed Mysterium, but sometimes there are games where like they're the ghost, or like they just get given bad cards and it's just a confusing
Yeah.
experience.
What I'm saying is that you have to be fully committed to being like, I am communing with a ghost and like I'm, trying to interpret what they're saying. But like if you're playing, I don't know, Wingspan, you don't have to be like, caca, like.
It does help though.
Yeah.
okay, come on.
I don't
Okay.
think we're saying
Okay.
opposite things. I
No,
don't
no,
think
no,
we're saying-
actually
No,
not.
we're not.
We're
Yeah.
in no.
I think
Definitely
B.
an also.
I also think B.
Yeah. I'm
B?
happy with that.
I love Mysterium, but there is room for improvement. I would also go with B. Yeah.
Oh, well, that is unanimous.
Yeah.
So, sorry, chat, we don't need you.
What does the chat say apart from silly
What
Matt
are they
Jarvis and
yeah, well, we
spicy
know Matt Jarvis is wrong, so we can ignore that message. But
So we've
Christine
got.
Webb says, hi DB and happy 100 podcast, though.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
very much,
you.
happy 100.
Woo! Let's see. Okay, Stefan. I had too much fun with the couple of games I had, I think, below a C, but it didn't do enough for me
Oh, there he is.
That's Batman.
to think it's above a B.
There he is. I love his mouth.
Oh, wow.
That's Batman.
Oh, there he is. It's
There he
all
is.
Pats. Oh, right in the mouth.
Oh.
Yes, please.
So
Yeah,
we're
I'd do
getting
that.
a lot of, yeah, I think
I watched a
Savour.
video of someone ranking how hot he is in every film, and I was going to send it to you, like, should we do this today? And
Yeah, I would love to do that.
everybody.
No, the problem is, for literally every other film, maybe Tenet, like for
Maybe
literally every
Tenet.
other film, I'd say no. But
they
then,
put
like...
Tennant first, and I was like, disagree.
No!
Tennant.
Batman, he is...
I think they put that fourth.
What? Who is
So I
this
mean, I'm
person?
gonna send it
Rank,
to you. 'Cause you
let's,
disagree.
sorry, we're not doing this anymore. We're ranking
It's also why
Robert
I didn't film it, 'cause
Pattinson
I knew this would be a
appearances.
distraction.
Let's see the
Anyway.
next game.
Twilight 1, Breaking Dawn 2.
Stop it.
Yes!
3.
Liv, we know you like Twilight. Okay,
Oh
Alright.
my
I'm with you there.
god.
here we go.
Thank you.
Our
Here we
next.
go.
Oh.
Who is it?
Next random game from the pile is
Dead of
Dead of
Winter! Oh, it's blowing away. The
Hey,
winter
guess
wind.
what? You can also check out Why You Should Play By Me
Oh,
on
Liv,
the channel.
you're pointing to where it goes.
You get out of here.
Agreed.
Agreed.
No, well, you can't just agree with me agreeing.
No. Okay, so I really like Dead of Winter.
I like Dead of Winter a lot too. I think it's the way in which you enjoy a B movie.
Like the B movie or a B
Well,
movie?
well, yes.
Are you
A little bit there.
Yeah, of course I'm putting it in S tier.
No, we
Come
can't talk
on,
about
mate.
this
Yeah,
first.
exactly.
Come on,
Well,
mate.
you just put it in C tier, so I don't. Look,
I didn't put it there. I put it in the middle of the board so that the camera could see it, and now it's down your tongue.
safe
You're
and
gonna have to
sound.
fish that out.
That's not a tier. There's no boob tier.
It's out of bounds.
That's what B is.
It's B for boob.
B for
It's out of bounds. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Wills, let's
Asking me
see.
one of the coloured markers. I'm going to draw a bird next to Wingspan.
Okay, shit.
Let's see if we have the same
Fine.
agree.
Yes. What are you saying?
Do you want
No.
to go first or second?
No. I just want to see if we concur basically on the reasons why
Yeah,
we
I'm
think it's
saying-
C.
Do you want to make your case
Right.
first or me?
I'll go since you're drawing a lovely bird.
Oh, he's real nice.
So I really like Dead of Winter. I think it's a really, really enjoyable game. I used to be a huge fan of this game. However, I have seen what happens when it doesn't go that great. I will also say the pacing of it isn't amazing. There's a lovely bird that Wills is drawing right now.
Oh, he's so nice.
His little boots.
Boots.
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Listening.
Yeah, the pacing is off, yeah.
Yeah. Also, if you don't play the game without Traitor, it's basically pointless.
Yes. Okay, here's my biggest problem with Dead of Winter.
Oh, you've done this, yeah.
Yeah, I love the idea of them maybe not actually being a traitor, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe you're like, oh, maybe
Imagining
you know.
it, yeah.
But that is
without
always the worst case scenario because it's like whenever there isn't a traitor, you're just like, oh, all right, and it's a bit deflating.
Yeah, I've literally
disagree.
I've literally written an opinion piece about why I think Dead of Winter is a great game for beginners to play because I think it gets you.
You hear that, Liv? You're a beginner.
Baby game.
That's not what I meant. I meant that it introduces. Yeah.
Nothing else cuts to my core. Like, you look at me dead in the eye going,
Baby game. Maddie's had half a gin.
Wow, this is what happens. Barbie gin. Barbie gin's coming out.
Barbie game.
Hey, you leave.
By the way, I don't know if we've officially said it on video, by the way,
yes.
but Maddie is declaring herself the official Barbie of board games.
Barbie of all games.
Yay.
So everyone
Yeah.
knows, so we can
Yeah.
address
Damn
that
it.
ourselves.
Thank you.
I think it's good for beginners because it introduces them to the idea of like a narrative board game. Like this is a board game with a story. Like obviously there are board games that I think do that much better
Yeah.
than Dead of Winter, but the point
I love
is
the crossroads mechanic.
Yeah,
Crossroads
yeah,
is
I think that's
fantastic.
great.
I love, well, I don't love. I really like the base mechanics of like, building your structures and then like zombies are swarming in and if you go there you can make noise to gamble for more stuff.
Yeah,
stuff
I
like that.
do
I
like
just think
I
it's
like-
missing a certain something.
Really?
I like
Yeah.
how difficult it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that
No.
you can also see that it is included on my video on some of the top most difficult board games because it is very difficult, and I
Yeah.
think that's part of the charm. I think that you go into it, maybe not expecting to win and having to kind of, but that for me increases like the replayability of it.
Yeah,
because
no,
you want to
yeah,
keep
absolutely.
going and you want to win.
I
don't-
hate easy co-op games.
Yeah.
I
Because it's like,
don't-
well, I feel like I'm done with it,
I don't think our problem is that it's difficult.
No.
No, I'm just going through my list.
Yeah, my biggest issue is the fact that, like, sometimes it just feels a bit deflating. Like, sometimes it doesn't live up to the promise that it makes, and especially, pardon me, some of the scenarios are really dull.
Yeah.
Like you have to, like, sort of pick the scenario you're doing quite carefully.
That's the thing. But you can pick so many different scenarios. There are a lot of different ones for you to run with. If you know that you don't like a particular one, you can either like increase the difficulty to make it a bit more spicy, or like play it with a different number of people, or not. Like there's a lot of different things that you can control when it comes to playing this game.
That doesn't change the fact that they're still there.
Do they not? Like
yeah, it's still part of the game, man.
Yeah, like
It's like people saying, like not to bring up D&D.
I was
but,
gonna
like,
say, I knew.
But there's a lot of stuff that is wrote in D&D.
yeah, and they're just like take
we'll
it out,
ignore,
and I'm
but
like,
it doesn't change the fact that
it's still
there.
there.
Yeah.
Liv, give us a passion speech about Editorial.
Yeah.
We've heard the
Because I haven't played it, but I
detractors.
really want to. It's high
Yeah.
up on the list.
Are
for
you
me,
neutral?
So...
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Okay, where do I start? Okay, yeah, you've mentioned the crossroads mechanic. That for me is one of the most exciting parts of this game, because like it allows you every time you play it, you know something different is going to happen, and a lot of the time the crossroad cards do come into effect in really exciting and like like I wanted to say special ways, but they do.
Yeah,
like,
no, I love some of the triggers they have where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, if the player coughs. And it's like, oh my goodness, like, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like some of them are like really basic, like if your character moves and stuff like that. But it's like there are like a lot of different triggers, and like I think that keeps it spicy for me, keeps it exciting. I think that the cast of characters is really cool, and I love that you are able to. I've mentioned before, I love any chance to roleplay in any board game
You
I
don't
play.
say.
Yeah, I know,
No,
right?
I love it.
It's crazy. Okay, Bobby.
I wasn't insulting you.
I apologize, Bobby.
I just want to apologise to the Barbie Corporation.
Yeah, I think we all owe Barbie an apology at some point.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Mattel.
love you, babes. So like that's why I really like Mysterium. If I'm like the ghost, I'm gonna be like hamming it up and stuff like that.
I will just a brief aside. If you play Mysterium, you're the ghost, and you don't go ooh when you pass on the card. Like put yourself in.
That's what Liv was talking about playing it a certain way. Is that
Yeah.
specifically?
Yeah.
It's gotta be
Yeah.
You have to lean into the camp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I always do.
Yeah.
Every moment.
Yeah, no, I think that like it is a very good beginner game, but I think that it goes beyond that as well. I don't think it's just.
Yeah, I
don't think
think
it's just that.
it introduces players to the idea of like narrative in a board game, and also introduces the idea of defeat. Like, this is a game you're probably not going to win, and that's fine. That's great. I've got, again, no problems with that at all.
Another thing I really love about it is the individual objectives. So it's like, sometimes you'll be part of the winning team but still lose because you didn't do your vintage thing. In that also then puts suspicion on you if you're acting weird because you're like, why are you hoarding all the medicine? They're like, I can't tell you.
I think if there was a second edition of it, again,
Well, that's the case with like a lot of.
No, there are some games that are fundamentally rubbish.
Yes.
Right? This at its core is good.
Vast, for example. Not fixing that one.
This at its core is really good. I just think there are a few things about it that drag it down for me.
Will also, because you mentioned earlier, Wills, the fact that like if there's not a traitor, it's like, oh, what have we done any of this for? I like that there's uncertainty. I can't think of another game that really does that kind of uncertainty.
I love it in concept. I just don't think
Doesn't
it lands.
work out,
I don't think it's landing. And also like. I think if it wasn't a hidden role game at all and you just assess it as a co-op game, I think
it's
it'd
fine.
be pretty
It's
meh.
fine at best.
Yeah. So when it turns into that halfway through, because you will figure it out, because eventually you'll be like, nothing is going wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I just think there are narrative co-op games that do a much better job of that. So when you don't have the traitor element, it just becomes like a fine game. Okay, what tier do you want to put in? Come on, let's hash it out.
A for me.
Liv says A. I think C.
I would say B. So we've got a big spread.
Well, then that's in the middle, so I feel like B then, right?
And it's B for Barbie!
Do we have chat opinions?
Chat, what have you got for us? Charlie Etheridge Nunn says, Dead What is one of my favourite zombie board games. It gets the tension rather than having you blow apart wave after wave of undead, like Zombicide, for example. That was the bit I added in. The Zombicide bit. I reckon A or B. A second edition would be amazing, but it's great.
There is a second board game. It's just got more stuff, and you can combine the two.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not really an improvement.
Yeah.
It's more like here's more stuff.
There's a second box, not a second edition.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there are any actual like.
Yeah.
hearing
And I will say, Plaid Hat have gone independent and they're making second editions out of all their games. So
But they don't.
We might see.
No. They don't own the rights to them.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh no.
The
that's
people
a
who
shame.
bought them, I think it's Asmodee probably,
Yeah.
own the rights.
That sucks.
They do own the rights
to the Crossroads mechanic, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And
they-
that's another thing I wanted to say as well. There are other games that use Crossroads, and I think they do it better.
Oh, like what?
Like, is it Forbidden Waters does it?
Yeah,
as well?
Forbidden Waters does it, and like I've heard really good things about Forbidden Waters, so I've not played it.
Matt Jarvis in the chat will talk about that as well.
You know what? How about this?
Okay.
Yeah.
I
think
think
that is
I
a
think
fair
that's
ranking.
fair.
Okay.
I don't think I think C's way too harsh. Like, it's not an average board game. It is good. It should.
You
it
gotta
deserves at
remember
least a
what
B.
these mean.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm a B girl.
I'd say I'm a solid B.
Where
Good
would
for you.
Are we gonna pull out like little pictures of ourselves and we're like, okay.
Yeah. No, we're all let's do it. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Ooh.
What do we got next? Happy. Alright, well, no discussion needed. Let's move on.
All right.
Alright, now let's just
Look at it, what
Let's
it
just
is.
calm down.
you'll notice from the image, we're not talking about
The new edition.
disgusting
Get that in the
imposter.
Bastardization.
The
of-
disgusting imposter. Like, here's an example, right? Here's an example. The Simpsons, one of the most important pieces of media in modern times.
Excellent. Season 4, top tier
You can
comedy.
ignore the horrible monstrosity it's been turned into
Yes.
by the corporate
Yes.
megalords,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
the
That's
show's
not what everyone
fault.
thinks.
Classic
Right.
Simpsons is still.
Yeah.
Having watched the
So
monorail
good.
episode the other
Yeah.
day, Classic Simpsons is still hilarious.
So good.
And I think we deserve. I think
Yeah.
Happy Salmon deserves the same treatment, where we can just
Yeah.
ignore the fact that those
Ugh.
bastards at the oatmeal took it and turned it into an
NFT nightmare.
They can literally
Yeah,
kiss
man.
my butt.
You
This
literally
is
you
fantastic.
called me out on saying an actual word, and then Will says the swear.
Bastard's
you
not swear words.
I can't believe
Arse
this.
is not, no.
Arse isn't the swear word. Bastard isn't the swear word.
I didn't
Stop
say.
saying it.
Bastard.
I said
So, as to
bastardization.
you.
Right, okay.
So, with that in mind,
Uh-huh.
I can't name a single flaw of Happy Salmon. It comes in a goddamn fish bag.
I
Let's
think
just
if
get that
you-
out the door.
S for salmon.
I think if you look at what it is and what it provides, right, we're not looking at it as depth
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever,
not sight,
right? No.
right?
It
You
knows
know?
what it is.
Yeah.
But the experience you get from, I've never had a bad Happy Salmon
No,
experience.
and I've never had a party game that reaches the heights of Happy
The
Salmon.
excitement. We
Wow.
played it on stream,
Yeah.
and like, I think we were
Around
all
the table as
going
well.
off the
Yeah.
off the wall
This,
playing it.
the strings on these party hats are very cheap.
Oh, they cut
They
into you, don't
really
you?
do-
They,
I-
They
I'm
really
all right.
do. Yeah. I've got hair down there as well, which isn't
Oh,
helping.
Oh,
On my chin. My chin.
So,
folks.
would anyone object to S tier for salmon? Liv.
I'd say
Oh.
A, which is still good.
It is still good, but
Still
I
good.
do think it's in that
I think it's
hallowed
both of us.
company.
But have you played Happy Salmon?
I thought I hadn't, and I have a memory that I have played
You
it. I
have?
forget things easily. Yeah, I played it at
Okay.
work with some friends.
Oh, not
Oh,
recently
can't-
enough.
no, that's what I was about to say.
Look at that.
Is that I was like,
do
it's
you
been
wanna
so
do it? Do you
long,
wanna do
so I
it?
can't really remember.
I'm scared.
Is your
So,
tat okay?
What?
oh,
What?
yeah.
Is your
Oh
tat-
yeah, my
What's
tat's
that
fine.
thing?
Yeah,
There you
okay.
go. Oh, you are.
Yeah, so I'm saying I have played it, but it's been so long, so I can't remember.
What?
A reminder.
Yeah.
There's 4 types of cards.
Yeah.
Pound it.
Pound it.
Oh right, yeah.
I'm sorry.
High five.
High five.
Five.
Switcheroo. We switch
Switcheroo.
places.
Switch
And the
around.
happy salmon.
Happy
Yes.
salmon. Happy
Yeah,
salmon.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's all in there in my
That-
memory.
it's
a little
all
bit.
there.
that's all you need to know.
That's
And
it.
then it's just sheer chaos for
Yeah.
about 5 minutes of just, not even that, 3 minutes. Just pure excitement, pure elation. You can make the game even better just by not talking.
Yeah.
Like, it's incredible.
Yeah, for the very short amount of time you're doing it, it feels like I've never felt so alive.
You're on top of the world. Nothing could ever
I
break
mean,
that.
come
height.
in the
I know.
salmon bag.
It's better than Class A drugs.
And it should be an A. No, yeah, I think.
I said
think,
it's better than Class A.
I agree with everything you're saying.
It's a
just
holy
not-
shrine.
It's just not S tier for me.
It really is, though.
Like it's not. It's just like it's very simplistic. Is it too simplistic? Maybe.
Yeah, simple
Sometimes that's
is
the
not
beauty.
bad.
Yeah.
I know
I
that
get
simple's
it.
not bad.
If it's trying to be something more than just simple, then it's bad.
Yeah.
But this is not. It's not giving you any false ideas. This is
Yeah.
exactly what you're getting.
Look.
It's the Happy Salmon experience.
Example, Shrek is an S tier film. No one's saying that it's high cinema.
True.
Shrek is actually
Shrek
more of
2
an A tier film.
yeah,
Shrek
Shrek
2 is an
S
S
tier.
tier
Shrek
film.
2 is an S tier film.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's not high cinema.
No, it's not. But it doesn't need
Scorsese's
to
not gonna
be.
be
Yeah.
talking
He
about
better
it.
not.
He
Yeah.
should.
Yeah, he should. Yeah, I
You
mean,
learn it,
so
don't you?
dare.
He'd probably slag it off. No, it's okay. No, exactly. Simple does not mean bad.
S for simple. No, I would stick with A, but I respect.
We've
S
got
for
two
salmon.
S's. We go over to Judge Barbie.
Bobby.
Barbie, my
Calling
queen.
in from my dream mansion.
Live from Malibu.
This is what I mean. I had a lot of fun playing it, but I obviously have forgotten it since I played, so I'd go A as well. And like, also have a terrible memory, so that doesn't count for much. So,
Do we have anything from the chat?
Chat.
What does the chat
S
say?
is for salmon, says Steinberg.
S is for
I mean,
salmon.
that is correct,
To be fair, I guess
yes.
this is kind of like, again, I played it at work, which is like, it was a mix of people, and I feel like some of these games are like the people you play it with make it.
Someone here got it as a
Oh.
free gift
Yeah,
at a
memory
live
gift,
event.
yeah.
My God.
Wow.
What
Free
a coup
gift.
that is. Jeez.
Oh,
What's
we're not
this?
even
Yes,
talking about
it
food.
is.
There was the at Shucks, which I think is the Shop Sit Down one, they were giving out Happy Salmons as a free gift.
What?
How good is
I
that?
wish I'd been there.
Oh.
I
You
don't know.
get a
time machine,
I feel
you
like
know where you're
Wills,
going.
Wills and I are fighting this really hard.
I mean, I'm not
Also,
fighting against
I just want to say, it's
also.
not just in a salmon bag. It also comes with a flipping carabiner on the front, so you can attach it to like a
Little-
bag or a lanyard.
It comes with a little.
The cards are
Wow.
waterproof.
It
so
comes
that
with a
you can
dingle
play it.
dong.
You can spit on them.
You can spit on them. You can spill your drink on them.
Yeah, a little dingle
Have you
dong.
played this while drunk?
It's called a carabiner, not a
Yeah, a
dingle
little
dong.
dingle dong.
Oh, what is it?
I don't think fish have dingle dongs, do they? I'm not sure.
I mean, I guess.
I think they're all
Eggers.
eggs.
Okay, I would like to say at the same time that David Leonard Flanagan said A, and at the exact same time Retro Futurologist said S.
Well, that's 3 for S and 2 for A, so let's whack it on the S tier.
I don't think that's how it works. I don't think that's how it works.
Starts with a magnet where you live.
Yeah, go on, Liv. Look, Matt Jarvis would say it's S, I
He
guarantee.
would, I bet he would.
Matt
if you're in the
Jarvis,
chat.
what are you doing?
He says Forgotten Waters is an A, Dead of Winter is a C+.
Yeah, I did see that. I chose to ignore it.
It's in B. That's
All right,
close enough.
so we've been padding too well because it's now 20 past 3, so let's crack on.
Okay.
It's a love letter, one of the most
Love
popular
letter.
games in the world. Is it one of the most popular games in the Dicebreaker studio?
Well,
B.
uh,
I think it's good, but it's not, like, incredible. I've played better hidden role, social induction games.
I'd probably say C.
I'd say C as well. I really enjoy this game, and I think it's, like you said, it's simple, but like that's not to its detriment.
Yeah.
I would agree with you,
It's,
C. Yeah, I'm happy with C.
Oh, okay, you're
Easy.
done.
Maddie?
I haven't played it. As I said, I played
thought you
such a
played it
random
thingy
selection
with
of
us.
games.
It's
Play a
good.
board game saloon with us.
No,
No, we
Basically,
didn't.
board
You're
game
thinking
saloon.
of
Board
Coup,
game,
which
yeah.
is better.
Oh, we
in my
did play
opinion.
Coup,
Okay.
yeah.
Which is fun.
It was good.
Love Letter's fine, yeah. It's fine.
All right,
I like
see
it.
that. There you go.
See?
Okay.
And also, like, it
Easy.
feels like you do judge all other games by how good or bad they are in comparison to things like Love Letter, you know? Like, it's like,
It's
yeah,
a solid.
you know,
It's
it's better than Love Letter.
yeah. It's
You're like, yeah,
solid.
I mean, it's not Love Letter.
I like how easily portable it is. I
Yeah.
prefer the little baggy version,
Less
but
is
like
more,
it's
like
it's
you
good. It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that was
Right,
good.
yeah.
Sweet.
That's what we do.
Next up
Oh.
is
Oh,
Codenames.
okay.
Okay, this one's gonna be tricky.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
Codenames is genuinely one of the best games.
Okay.
It is just I've never met a human being who doesn't enjoy Codenames, not just board game fans.
Yeah, I'll say my parents.
Yeah.
my
I
parents
did
played
not grow up in
Codenames.
a like board game
Same.
household.
Yeah.
Monopoly, like maybe once a year, if I was lucky. They played it and they enjoyed it.
If
So-
I spend more than 10 seconds introducing a game rule, my mum
Yeah.
goes,
Ooh, yeah.
she flipping loves Codenames.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Codenames is a
It's just
universal
so
game.
universal,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's really.
Does
fun.
that mean it deserves an S tier? I don't know.
I think just because of its universality.
But this
Yeah,
look, we're not
but-
asking the universe, we're asking us.
I feel like S tier is games that like I want to consistently play over
Yeah,
and over, again, which is
Codenames,
why
yeah.
I don't think like
Do you
because I
wanna
love
play Codenames
Wingspan.
forever?
I was like I don't want to play it every single weekend, which is
No.
why
I
it wasn't S for me.
I would never
But-
turn down a game of Codenames.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, if
I
this
really
is
wouldn't.
what- If you're
I
Unless there were other things
Here's
on
the
offer.
thing. I don't think Codenames is I don't think Codenames is even the best party game out there. But I can see where you're coming from, and I agree the fact that it is one of those games that I've managed to get so many people to play, and I
Yeah,
always
on
have a
that
good time
alone.
playing
Yeah.
it. So S tier.
But does
For
this,
that.
really? Okay. I just think the joy of
It's
getting
not
other
just
people
me.
the joy of getting other people into board games. No, I know. Is great. I don't know. Once again, I wouldn't say
I'm
S tier.
conflicted about S tier.
I think
The
A.
problem's
fair, I'm
I think
not.
A.
The problem is if we never say S tier, we'll never say it.
I mean, we did.
Yeah,
Very
they're not
easily
all
gets
going to be
into
here,
it.
but like I think Codenames is one of those games that
I think
An
Codenames,
A?
if you were to ask the public, you'd be like, yeah, S tier. But if you really honestly ask the four of us,
I think that.
A plus.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think it's an A. I don't think it's S. I
think
really
that's fair.
really enjoy it, but I just don't think.
What would you consider
There's
S tier?
I haven't bumped into it yet, but yeah, I know, right? Exactly.
Couple of A's, couple of S's.
I have. There's been nothing
Couple of
so
Bs.
far that I've been like S. Like even with Dead of Winter, I've been like, okay, actually, probably A.
Are we allowing that?
Ooh.
No,
I think we have to make a decision.
I feel like I'm happy with A.
I think A.
Okay, A.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta get this
yeah,
ball
you've been
rolling.
overruled.
I mean, it happens. It
Yeah,
happens.
no, I do.
Liv is like, it happens. Get over it.
I
We're
didn't say
moving
that.
on.
I didn't say that.
Liv actually thinks it's S tier. She just wants to make someone else feel hurt.
Yeah, I always take out my emotions on everyone.
Known for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a controversial one.
Yeah.
But you know, you got to be honest.
You got Bunbury says A or B. You've got a few S's. You've got Kirsty saying S tier, Stefan saying S tier, Stefan saying S tier twice.
That's a strong argument.
2 votes counted.
S tier or easy S tier from
Uh-huh,
Stefan.
right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or Stephen, who knows.
Yeah, next.
Let's move on, everyone.
Yeah,
as we
I
go
think
on.
we've made our
I
decision.
think just gotta
Can't
make
fight
these
all about.
commitments now.
Monikers.
Ooh.
Tiny.
Tiny baby.
I'm
Baby
a
game.
big
Baby.
fan of
Okay.
monikers.
I love
However, I don't
It is
think it's
just
anything
charades.
special.
Yeah, it is just charades.
But I love the thing I really love about it. It's the 3 different tiers of
Yes.
difficulty. I love that.
They've
That
essentially
just changes it.
They've taken 2 different games and then made a spectrum between them, and then
Yeah.
that's monikers.
So
Right?
I will never forget the time I had to pretend to be a Roomba.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll never forget the time that Ian Higton when on stage with the most upset face I've ever seen him have.
yeah, no, that the monikers has been one of those party games that has consistently produced like hilarious,
Yeah, but
amazing moments.
It's the people that make it though. It's not
yeah,
the game.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do think it's like it is very much not like special. But it has produced some great moments.
What are you saying? I thought you were going to say B.
Oh.
I wouldn't be remiss with a B,
wouldn't
but I
be.
wouldn't be remiss with an A.
I think there are a lot of party games that go in here.
Oh yeah, I think there's a lot of party games that go here.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
A lot
There's a
of them go
lot
there.
of party
Yeah.
games.
But
yeah.
like, I feel like monikers is one of the ones that just goes just above.
Liv?
I'd say C.
Ooh.
I'm not
Same.
blown away by it. As you said, it is just charades, but in a box.
Yeah.
That is not true.
It is true.
No,
And
we
also,
explained the 3 tiers of difficulty. Therefore, it's not
we have
just
explained
charade.
it. We have explained it. I do think it's really good. I don't think it is on the same level as my beloved Mysterium and Dead of Winter.
One thing that you don't get with charades or articulate or whatever the other one is that you would say that it's copied or whatever is that monikers is really good at making in jokes. I think that's what's special about it because you use that same deck of cards
Yeah.
and then you gradually
Yeah,
have to become
exactly.
familiar
In
with
jokes.
them.
Yeah, the fact that
And
you play
is-
it more than once.
and that is by design.
Yeah, that's by
That's
design.
that you have to give them credit for that. And I think that raises it.
That is the
pers-
bi agenda.
Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I put it as B for bisexual.
Oh, Matt Jarvis is with me on this one.
Oh.
Nice,
Yeah. Well,
Matt
Matt's
Jarvis does hate
vote.
fun. So.
Matt, no, we have to take Matt's vote into account. Maddie, have you played monikers
No.
before? You know what? Okay, no.
I mean, look,
No.
there are...
Matt Jarvis's vote
like,
also matters,
Yeah.
and we've ignored him so far. So
I was
it's a
going to
little
say,
bit
does
bad.
it? Or does How's up till
there
now?
are like other like themed monikers on there. Like
Yeah,
different
yeah.
themes.
Yeah.
I think depending on the theme and how much you love it, it would go up. I think it's dependent on the person. I think it's really.
No,
dependent on
I
them.
can put it in C. Yeah.
You
I'll
happy
live with
C?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Alright. Okay.
I'm also conscious of the fact that we have
Oh yeah. Okay.
limited
Yeah.
amount of time.
Yeah,
So I was going to make
oh,
some
we got all the
comments.
time in the world. It's the
Yeah.
100th episode, baby!
Hey, we're here forever!
Yeah! We'll do whatever the hell we want.
The trick is the 100th episode
Till
never
8
ends.
p.m.
All right, who's ready to upset Matt Jarvis?
No, that's hard. That's hard.
D.
I honestly think D.
Yeah, I think D.
Wow.
Matt Jarvis is going to be so
You never played
upset.
Teach Rise?
Never played it.
Neither.
We've played
Oh,
it.
sorry, we're exposing you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've said multiple times I played such a random selection of board games.
I mean, like, Maddie has joined us a few weeks ago and
Yeah.
hasn't had the chance to
yeah,
play.
I also think-
RPGs is not my thing.
I think sometimes people will have played like.
Matt Jarvis says,
Now, are you saying S tier, Matt, or are you hissing at us like a snake?
Could be both, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think sometimes people have played loads and loads of board games, but they just haven't played the board
ones
It's like
games
if you're in
they've got
a
recently.
you're in a board game cafe, like you're just picking random
Yeah.
stuff, and like I don't. A lot of my friendship group is like kind of like I'm like I had to convince them to play with
Yeah.
me. So like the shorter and easier gamers, the more
Yeah.
like
Don't
convince
worry,
them,
Maddie.
and
I was once
I'm
a scrub.
happy.
oh!
That means telling you to
fine.
get good. Oh my God.
Alex,
Okay,
you're burning
I'm-
bridges here today.
No, no.
Casual?
Maddie and
Megan
I,
Mus?
we're like this.
And I'll take it. I'm
We're
happy.
our
I don't
our
mind.
shared love of softcore porn.
No.
Stop. Not the time
Off-camera
or the
discussions.
place.
I genuinely believe this.
Yeah, no, me too.
I played it and I
Yeah.
thought it was fine.
It's fine, D tier.
But also annoyed me. It made me
Yeah.
angry. Maybe
Below
because I was
average.
playing against Matt Jarvis.
Maybe.
I mean, I think, look, me and Maddie haven't played it yet. I think if we were to play a round, maybe without God tier legend Matt Jarvis, we would
The
have.
Train King.
Yeah, we would have, maybe a good time. I would go higher
No,
than
but
D.
you've not played it.
Yeah, but I think that the vibes are good.
Matt thinks it's a B, which
Wow.
way too.
That's
too
too
high.
high.
The C's
I don't
in the
think
middle.
it's that good. Like, I think that the frustration of the experience was like.
It's not as good as Love Letter or
I would
Monikers.
rather.
Here's
It's
the
not
thing.
as good as these two.
We've got factual things that we now need to play
Also,
against, right?
like for what I'd call like a beginner board game or a simple board game,
Yeah.
I'd rather play like Azul or like.
Yeah.
A lot of contention for this one in the
Have a lot.
chat.
I
It's
bet.
a beloved game, but I don't
it's
think
a lot
it's
of
that
people's
good.
first board game, and I think
Yeah.
it makes you biased.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't think that's true. I mean, I've never heard of this until I joined Dicebreaker.
It's one of
No, it
it's
is
one
one
of
of
the.
the-
It's like
So,
Monopoly.
yeah, that's one of the ones I was
Yeah.
like,
It's
it's
proper
been on
big
my
quality.
list for a while, but I'm
David
like, if I get around to
Flanagan
it.
says C. Kirsty says D.
Yes, Steve, thank you.
Fel
Nathaniel
says
Levy
S.
says D equals below average. Yeah.
Yeah,
does.
it is below average. Yeah.
They're well aware.
B from Matt. B from Retro. B from Bunburyist.
But
lots
this
of
is
Bs.
our
I think
personal opinions.
It is. I think because of if we're going to take Matt Jarvis' vote, I think we're being forced up to a C.
I think a
That's what
C
I'm
is
saying,
fair.
yeah. An average.
I think we're outvoted.
Who's gonna go here?
Oh,
We'll find out.
We'll find something. Don't worry. We'll find something.
I think that's too high.
Me too, but it's the group. Ooh.
What do we got?
Terraforming Mars.
What are you
What?
I was gonna say a bad word there.
You would?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
I thought you were putting in
Oh.
F.
Oh, I was joking about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Didn't
think-
you say that
I
it
think
was in a
it's
film,
bad.
Liam?
Yeah, it was.
What
It's
film?
in a new film, Moon something. Moon something.
Moon something.
Yeah.
Moon.
Moon shots.
Don't know the moon somebody.
It's the
With,
film's called Moonshot with the girl from All the Boys I've Loved Before.
And with
Yeah, you
Cole
say that.
Sprouse from
From-
Yeah.
Zack and Cody.
And Riverdale.
I've met Dylan Sprouse.
Dylan Sprouse.
He's a
Chill.
big Total War fan.
Oh.
Yeah, he came to the studio once.
Yeah,
He voices one of the characters.
it's casually featured in the film, but they're rolling dice, which you never do in Terraforming
Oh.
Mars.
Oops!
Um,
fake gamer alert.
Fake
That's
gamer.
such an easy thing to get right.
Yeah.
You just have to open the
Well,
box.
It's just like, oh,
Watch a
people,
Let's
Hold some
Play.
cards.
well,
you know?
people are going to be like, this isn't a board game unless you roll dice. So,
People will get confused.
who's played Terraforming Mars?
Nope.
I actually haven't.
Me,
I just
just
think
me
it's
then.
boring as hell.
You've not played it.
Again, that
And
is
you
one
called
that's
it
on my
boring?
list.
Why?
Oh,
Looks ugly, it seems
Mr.
boring.
Monopoly is here. Mr. Board Game.
It is objectively ugly.
No,
It is one of the ugliest games on the
agree.
market. Yeah.
It is horrendously ugly.
Yeah.
Like they need to release a new edition.
Yeah.
No, I will
It's
say
a literal clip.
That
art.
makes me
like,
so
it's,
the
sad.
box. The box art is lovely.
I was like,
Box
I
art
wouldn't
is
tell it.
functional.
It is lovely.
I
It's
don't
fun.
like it. It
Very
looks
nice.
like.
This is coming from
Sci-fi.
the
Is
person
it-
who loves Barron Park. Remember that.
Is it Star Wars? Is it Star Wars?
No.
Then why does it look so much like Star Wars?
No, it
Because it's
doesn't.
in
You just
space.
say
Sci-fi.
It's got 2 astronauts on it.
What kind of car does that
Look at
live?
the font. It's just
No.
Star Wars.
Fun.
Yeah, Star Wars font.
Not every
Mars, Star.
not every sci-fi
Mars has
thing
convinced me.
looks
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Star
yeah.
Wars. Okay, I will say the art is not good. I want them to release
The
an
art
edition
is a
with better
crime against
artwork.
board games.
However,
This
the
should be
game,
our list of games that should get a second edition. Because
Yeah,
I
it should.
feel like
this game absolutely slaps.
I really
And this
love
is-
I haven't played it. I can't
This
believe
is
it.
coming
It's on
from
my
someone
list.
who usually doesn't like Euro games,
Mhm.
and this is Eurogame as it gets,
I mean, you love
right?
Scythe, right?
Again, Euro Scythe's an exception. Like usually, I don't like Euro games where you sit in your corner and you do your thing. And this game also does not it punishes you if you suck. Like if you don't start doing the things that you kind of need to do straight from the off, you're basically done.
Yeah.
Like you might as well give up.
I think whilst you're talking, please carry on. But we are going to have to call in for Matt Jarvis's ranking because
Yeah, Matt
he's
Jarvis
the
likes
only
this
other
game
one
as
who's
well.
played it. So,
Yeah.
please
Matt Jarvis
let
is
us
a
know.
fan.
Travis.
I don't think he's as big a fan as me.
yeah.
I
want
think
to play
this
it, if
game
that
should
counts
go
for
here.
anything.
Oh.
Okay, if that's where you think it is, then I should think it should be C because it should be downgraded for how disgusting the art is.
It's
Maybe by
downgraded.
one.
It's downgraded from here because of how disgusting it was.
It's definitely not S tier.
Wow.
Surely not.
Thank you, David Leonard Flanagan, who says if it's not Star Wars, it must be Star Trek.
That's how it works.
Yeah,
The theme
one
is-
of
Little
stars.
sandwich.
The theme isn't really that great.
Oh,
Not being a 10.
No.
Like the theme isn't really like the big draw of it. Like the theme
No.
is kind of fun, but it's not like amazing. The artwork's not very representative of it. But the experience of playing the game is really good, and it's one of those games that the more you play it, the more you understand how it works, and that is a lovely meaty experience. And also the way the cards play into each other, and the way that you're kind of co-oping and you're kind of not. It is a genuine banger, and
Beef banger?
I think it deserves to be an A tier. And I think there's going to be an outrage if it's
Oh,
not.
Matt Jarvis in with a telegram. Terraforming Mars is
Is
a
a
B,
B.
for me.
Is a B.
Ooh.
I reckon we shove it in B tier.
Put it in B. We got stuff to do.
Wow.
Look, when they come at us with the pitchforks and the torches, you can be like, I tried to stop them.
This is a
Matt Jarvis
travesty.
also says looks like an F though.
It does look like an
It
F.
does look like an F.
I will say this now. I'm putting it in B because I am
To be nice.
diplomatic. Stop it. Give me a goddamn second. But
Oh, Liv. You've been absolutely bodied.
B for body.
but I don't agree with it.
Okay. That's fine.
I mean,
You've made
we
your
were
base.
never going to all agree with this. That's
No,
When-
the whole fun of
There was
it.
always gonna be some
The whole
upset.
fun.
When we play that together, you'll
Slap it
realise how
on.
wrong you are. When you've actually played the game.
I don't think we will
No.
because it's ugly as hell.
I want to play
There
it.
are so many ugly
I wanna
games
play
that are
it.
great.
Yeah, and I haven't played any of them because I'm a snob.
Carcassonne.
Carcassonne.
What now?
Wow.
Hot takes. Hot takes.
It's better than Ticket to Ride.
It's just.
Yeah, but I didn't agree with that either.
love
Yeah, me neither, but it's
Carcassonne.
better than Ticket to Ride.
Well,
so
this
that's
is the
where Ticket to Ride
problem,
is.
though. Now that we put Ticket to Ride here, everything else is going to be above it because it's better than Ticket to Ride.
It's all Matt Jarvis' fault.
Bunburyist. My God, I'm so bad. What do the blue and red discs mean? They don't mean anything. They're
Oh,
just, we
yeah,
just
no,
stick
this
them
is
Just
the
down.
ones we
magnets,
had.
sorry.
We're sponsored by Pepsi.
Pepsi.
We're not.
God, I wish.
We have another special guest.
It's Pepsi.
Pepsi. No,
They
Pepsi
have-
Man.
They have a
Man.
Pepsi.
Pepsi
swoosh
Man.
Yeah,
on
they
as
do.
well.
I don't think
Definitely
Carcassonne is very
higher.
good. I think it's fine.
I
I
think
like
Carcassonne is
Carcassonne.
way better than Ticket to Ride. This is
It's just
Matt has absolutely screwed us.
easy
here.
Yeah, this is the
Fine.
problem, though. Matt has screwed us.
I think it's at least as good as
I would
Monica's
put-
Love Letter.
I would put these on the same. I just don't think. I think Carcassonne is fine.
Have you played it with any of the expansions?
No. No, I played with the River.
The River's not an expansion. The River's an alternate start. It's just a
Yeah,
thing
my
that
box,
goes
like,
Okay, I've
just
not
came
played it
with
with any
the
expansion.
like-
I
No,
think
some of the expansions make it really juicy. It's
Okay.
also incredible at 2-player. It's such a good two-player game.
It's
that is my
fine.
like the Sunday morning cup of tea, and we just
Yeah.
get that
I
out
love
like it's just
Carcassonne.
like a morning
I
thing.
like-
We make our
yeah.
own games with it, like because we're like sometimes we just lay it out to
Okay.
it makes
Feeds
the
into
most
that lovely
carbs to
puzzle
join together.
thing as well,
It
where
just
you put
feels
together a little
good.
puzzle.
Yeah, just like
Good.
I think C
Good.
plus. I like it.
Steve Carcassonne.
Super Carcassonne.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's
Okay.
really
Allowed.
Next one.
Pull us
Play
a
Matt
game out.
Jarvis.
Yeah, it's Matt Jarvis's fault.
All right.
Ticket to Ride should be down there.
Here we go.
Ooh.
What's
Oh.
next?
Quacks.
Oh, we don't need to ask Matt about this
No,
one.
we don't.
Now, okay, no, this, all right, now hold on.
Wow.
Put it on the line,
Give us a
because I think
second.
that's where most people are going to be. Correct me.
Oh,
I agree.
I would say A.
let's just state the biggest problem in the game. The artwork's awful.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Artwork
think it's
is
awful.
fine.
You
No,
always
I
say
hate
awful.
this.
It's a bit.
No,
it's a bit tacky. It's a
kinda
bit
like
tacky.
it.
But you don't like Camelot First Edition, which has the same vibe, where it's like that kind of cartoony, kidsy vibe.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I
That's
love a
fine,
cartoony,
but
kidsy
I don't
vibe.
think it's inherently bad. Like, it's not Terraforming Mars, is it? You know?
No, it's not as bad. It doesn't look as bad as Terraforming
It's got
Mars.
an art style, so it's not as bad as Terraforming
Yeah,
Mars.
that's true.
Yeah, it's a style.
Yeah,
It's a choice.
it's an intentional choice, and do you know what? I'm not personally enamoured with it, but I
No,
think
it's
it's
not like
fine.
the prettiest.
and
It could
also,
be really pretty with like a new updated art.
and it
could
also
be
it
something
fits
really
this
fancy.
goofy theme. It's
It
a goofy as
does.
hell
Yeah,
thing.
I like the components and I
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
game rules. I
And the
just
potion-
don't
yeah,
like
the
the
cauldron.
cover.
Nice.
The cover. If the cover's the only thing
It's
you don't
gross.
like,
You
Whatever.
barely.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, I just don't like the cover.
and again, it's not like that Guildhall game, is it? You know, remember Guildhall, the one that we photoshopped ourselves onto?
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I just love Quacks.
I can't
It's
decide
great.
between S and A. I can't decide it.
I think S is
Stop.
maybe a little bit too generous because, like, it's
It
not,
is hugely based on luck, but that's kind
Yeah.
of the point.
Yeah, but also like it gives you a chance to gamble safely, which is fun.
I think my biggest problem with Quacks is once
that.
someone's
Yeah,
ahead,
it's a
they're
great
basically
thing.
ahead forever.
No, that's not true.
I've never had an
there's
experience
literally
where-
there's
Yeah,
literally a built-in mechanic to try and do it.
I don't think it does
To
enough.
try.
Rat
It
tails.
doesn't do enough.
Every game I've ever played, halfway through, someone is leading and they never not win.
Yeah, I'll agree
That's
with
my
that.
biggest fault with Quacks.
Yeah.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
Although the rat tails kind of helps that.
Yeah.
I
The
like
rat
the
tails,
rat
oh, I
tails.
think yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
I
really
like
cool
the rat tails.
mechanic.
It's fun
It just
mechanic.
it just needs to be a little something else.
I really like concede. Like that's something I usually just don't do. And I conceded the other day playing this with Chloe because I was like, I can't beat you.
It feels insurmountable, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, that's my biggest problem with Quacks,
Yeah.
and I think that drops it down a tier.
Sure.
Again, I'm not sure if he's commented, but we will not be listening to Matt Jarvis' opinion because he's
He
just
hates-
wrong about this game.
he's a hater of
he's-
Quacks.
He's a hater.
Wow.
Although he
Lots
said
of, like,
the other day,
A's. Lots of A's
He-
going
we
he
on.
said it
heard
was
him
better,
say the
right?
other day that it's
He's
growing on
warming.
him.
Yeah, he's warming to
It's
it.
getting better.
Are we going
It's
for
gone
A?
from
An
a B
A?
to a D or something.
Okay.
All happy?
I'm happy.
All
Yeah, I'm
happy?
happy with that.
Great game.
Quacks.
Fantastic
Yeah,
game.
so
Okay.
fun.
You haven't played Quacks, get on it.
Play
Yeah,
Quacks.
good.
Play Quacks well.
All right, next up.
Ooh, what's it gonna be?
It's Camelot.
Hey,
Here we
there it
flipping
is.
go. It's
Camelot.
Camelot. Where does Camelot go? I'm
Already
only
know
putting
this
it.
is
I'm
gonna
only
be
putting it there so
divisive.
that you can see it. I think this is S tier. I don't
I-
have a single flaw with the new edition.
I mean, the new
It-
edition.
It got a second edition.
Yeah.
And
It-
it's
and it's so much
good.
better.
Now again, I don't like the cover art. However, it doesn't matter because the
Yeah.
rest of the game looks great. It's
Yeah.
got
That's
a
more
it's
important.
got a pop-up board.
It's got a pop-up
Come
palm
on.
tree. Yeah, and
Come
it's got
on.
the plastic, the little pyramid
Plastic
that you
pyramid
shaky,
shaker.
the shaky
The
pyramid.
camels feel lovely and they
Yeah.
stack.
And it's got the backwards camels.
It's got the crazy camels.
Crazy camels.
But
Liv,
you
I don't
had
get
some
it.
opinion.
you don't get it.
How
I just
Straight
don't get
up.
I just don't get it.
Which version of Camelot did you play?
All of the above.
There's only two.
Yeah.
All of those two.
No, I've played the online version. I don't think I've played in person.
Oh,
That
ruined
a
I
lot
think
of
that
the
would detract from it
enjoyment.
because the atmosphere of Camelot is
And
electric.
placing the thing, and
Yeah.
shaking the. I think it's just a really solid family. This is a game that my mum will play.
Yeah.
And she doesn't
fair.
really.
Yeah.
She loves the idea of playing board games. When I try and explain it to her, it's like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
But like Camelot, she gets, and she really likes
Oh,
Camelot.
Honestly,
love
I would feel very upset if it wasn't S tiered.
You're
I-
saying
I-
S tier.
I don't think it's S tier. It's not.
It is
Wow.
absolutely
No,
wonderful.
I mean no.
It's flawless.
Have you played Camelot?
No, I
We
haven't.
need
Oh,
to play Camelot with
Maddie.
I
you.
really want to.
Maddie,
We both have coffees
we're
now.
not going home until we play
Fine,
Camelot.
done.
I don't
Straight
have my
after.
coffee here.
Me neither, but
Is
still.
there not a copy here?
No.
I
thought I
just
saw
have
one.
personal ones.
In the file.
I could have sworn I saw a copy of that.
Oh no, off season. We've got
Oh,
off season.
yeah, no, that's so true.
So you're not that
No,
keen
I
on
did see
it.
that.
I'm not.
Where would you place it?
I would put it in B.
That's not too low.
So I'm
I
not,
don't
I'm
agree
not
with
saying
that.
that it's like
Are you
trash.
saying
Will's
You're
are saying
saying
S. I say A.
It's not
Matt
an S
Jarvis?
tier game. If it was an S tier game,
I'm gonna lose it!
Wheels, if it was an S tier game, we would all be like unanimously. It's
No,
that's not true.
That's just what
That-
Wales
we
believes
have
is
seen
S. You were saying
consistently
Dead
that's
of
not how
Winter is
this
S.
works.
None of
Winter's
us
S.
agreed with that.
Huh? Exactly, and it wasn't apparently according to everyone. So
Hey, I
Well, that's
wanted to
because
play
there wasn't
Ice.
consensus. And again,
Yeah,
there
consensus,
isn't.
yeah.
There isn't consensus. I've said S, you've said
Does
B,
Matt
you've said
Jarvis
A.
have an opinion?
So
Matt
it-
Jarvis.
surely it's an A, right?
What are you
Matt Jarvis.
saying?
Matt, we care about your opinion again.
Yeah.
Matt, come
What
back.
do you think of Camel Up?
To ring him again.
the chat is saying, oh wait, is that for? Is
That
for
might be for Quacks.
It might be for Quacks.
What do we say for
So Maria says A.
A,
Mhm.
B, it's good but not wingspan good, says Kirsty. Mian got her mum to like the gay, instant, like the gay. like the
What's
gay,
that?
Instant S.
Someone said it's not as good as Wingspan. I was like, alright, mate.
It's not as good as wingspan.
Okay, pal.
I would
I
put
put
it
it
on
here
agree
for
with you,
little
I agree.
animal drawings.
I
It
would put it on the
sounds-
same tier as a game I want to play.
I will never stop
Alright.
playing Camelot.
Yeah, no, I
It
love
is-
Camel Up.
Can't stop me.
It is
Don't try.
timeless.
Don't
It's
stop
not
me playing Camel Up.
It
Stop.
is timeless. Tell me why it isn't. Tell me why it isn't then.
No, I
Cannot wait
like
to
that you
play
put
this
the camels
after.
on top of each other. That's fun.
I share your enthusiasm for the Camel Up, but I don't think we're gonna get S tier.
Alright, shove it in A. Alright.
Alright.
But I'm drawing a camel.
It's
So
going
there's
now.
the little animal team.
That's fine.
That's where we're at now.
that fits. That's fine.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Settlers of Catan.
The TV's gonna go off in a minute.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
We're not using it.
Yeah.
Rip.
I
How
haven't
do
actually
you
played
draw
Catan.
camel?
Have you
Upside
played
down
Catan?
as well.
No.
Wheels, you
I'm
must have
telling
played
you.
Catan.
Yeah, I've played Catan. I think it's
That's not a
meh.
camel.
Well, I've got limited
It's got a-
space
it's
and I'm
good.
not
And
hanging
playing
out
you
with
it.
trust
the
this
bird.
man's opinion?
Very much so.
Wait,
Yeah.
horses?
Like a dog
Wheels,
ear?
Yeah,
please.
they've got droopy ears, haven't they?
I thought they
No, I
had
don't know.
standy up ears.
They do have droopy
No,
ears.
they've got like these ones have little like flicky up ears.
Oh
They're
yeah,
kinda
they
like-
do. They
to
got
the
little like
side.
Oh, they're like rounded.
bear
aren't they?
ears, I
Yeah.
call them.
Yeah, bear ears.
Wheels, where would you put Catan?
It's fluffy. I would. I
It
would.
is.
I
Fluffy.
think Catan is the final, the first ever D game. I think is where we're at.
D, you're saying.
Yeah, I would say it's D.
Interesting.
I don't think it's good
Wow.
enough to be D.
I'd have more
Wow.
fun. I'd have more fun playing it than Tapestry, but it's a D for me.
I just think it is not very good. I think it's overrated.
Ooh.
You've got a whole opinion piece.
I've got a
about
whole
it, mate.
opinion
Yeah.
piece about
Let's bring
why
it
I
on.
think I think the most insidious thing about Catan is the fact that it's sold as a beginner board game and it's like the opposite.
I don't think it's very complicated.
No, that's not the problem. The problem with the game is the fact that I don't think it's very welcoming to beginners because you can so easily get yourself into a situation where you're just screwed the whole game.
Can I just mention
Yeah,
that David
that's
Leonard
bad.
Flanagan says, I think F, I'd rather play Monopoly.
Yeah.
Oh, David!
I don't think it's that bad, but I do think
Appreciate
it.
the hot take.
I
F is harsh.
I think you know how we were saying simple isn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that I think Catan is one of those examples where it is so repetitive.
Do you think it needs a second edition?
No, I think it's just
The anti-creator
bad.
thing. You
I
can't
think it's
go
just
wrong.
boring. I
do
think
think it's boring.
the first time I played it, I thought it was alright, and ever since then, whenever I've played it, I'm like, this is just really
I
boring.
feel like
The-
D like suits.
The biggest problem with Catan is because we are board game journalists and we have hot takes on it. Whenever we're like, oh, I don't really want to play Catan, it's a bit dull. People are like, it's not complicated enough for you, Mr. Board Game
No,
Journalist.
it's complication.
Look
It's
at what is
not.
an S
No,
tier.
it's an S tier.
This is what the
not
people
about
want.
that.
The biggest problem with Catan is that it's repetitive. You can get into a situation where you're basically screwed
It
if
is
no
just
one's
a
going to
bit
trade with you.
boring. It's a
It
bit
is.
boring.
It is boring, and also it's got colonialist narratives, which sucks as well.
I
Okay,
I'm
D tier.
glad.
D tier.
So many E's, so many D's.
Liv, what was your?
I think D is probably about right.
I think D is
I personally think E. I think
it's got that global
sucks.
appeal, and I won't deny it that.
It's one of the.
But it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's below average.
No.
It's at that weird crossroads between like board games becoming like a modern hobby and like.
Yeah,
It is
it's an older game.
Yeah, it's one of
True.
those games that
grown out of it,
that came out in like the
Yeah.
90s.
It was like whoa, and now it's like.
And
Yeah.
like since then, it's not been updated at all.
Salmon.
Like, it is basically still the same game that all they've done is just release spin-offs or expansions for it, and they've not actually. So yeah, okay, I'll say D. I think it belongs beneath that, but
Okay.
D is fine. Okay,
A
let's
lot-
move.
A lot of people in the chat are
Happy.
agreeing with you. A lot of people are saying.
I
E.
think it is E, but
Yeah.
Wills
Ah.
and you say D, so
Yeah, I think
I think
I
D
think
sounds fair.
I think it deserves like a place for being, you know, as
What?
as you know,
Qatar.
as beloved as it is. You know?
Yeah, it's a national treasure and all that.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
but at the same time, nah.
Wills, next one. Come
All
on.
right, here we go.
We've got families to
Creating
go back
art.
to.
Up next, it's Werewolf.
Okay.
E.
All right. Nah, this is my S.
No.
Oh, come on,
I
man.
bloody love Werewolf.
But
It was one
it's-
of the first things that
No.
got me into board
I-
games. I love it.
I think a lot of people think that, and I
Yeah.
agree that that's a fine thing to think. However,
To think.
it is one of the least
fine.
interesting hidden role games out there. You know?
Yeah, agreed.
And it's not even an original creation. It's just Mafia and these
Yeah,
slapped a
it's
skin
just
on it.
Mafia,
and sold it,
which-
you know? And it's not even like Monica's where they changed it up a little bit. It's just Mafia with a different theme
With
slapped
themes
on it.
on it, yeah. I don't think it's that great. I think it's overplayed.
I love it.
And I think Ultimate One Night Werewolf is actually better.
Oh, I absolutely hate that one.
I've never heard someone disagree with that opinion,
I-
which I
I
find
really
really
don't like it.
interesting, and I would love to hear why.
Because I feel like with One Night Ultimate Werewolf, all you need to do is just retrace your steps, and you're gonna find out who did it. Like, all you need to just it's so simple to find out who is who. With this,
No, it's
there's
not.
no. There is.
No, it's
It is.
not.
It's
Hey,
not.
for Liv it is. So.
like,
Sorry, you're just not working on Liv's level.
It's not. I've had
It
plenty
is.
of games where we've not discovered who's done it.
So have I. But like. No,
What?
I mean,
But you
no,
just said it is
no,
very
I mean,
easy.
I've had games where you
Where
have
it
discovered.
is true.
Yeah, the opposite. I can speak sometimes. It's hard though.
It's
Can
hard.
relate.
It's hard to speak
Yeah.
sometimes. But yeah, no, I think that Original Werewolf is way better than One Night Ultimate.
Okay, well, we're not talking about One Night Werewolf.
Yeah, but how
anyway.
good is it in comparison to every other game on the list here? I wouldn't mind giving it a C.
I would put it in here personally, but I
I
think it's fine, and I know loads of people really like it, and that's great. But if someone said to me, "Do you want to play Werewolf now?" I would probably say no.
Maddie?
Oh, interesting. I played it online, so it's just a very different experience.
Ooh, yeah, I imagine it's not as good online.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm happily would say C, but yeah, again, I've only played online, so I understand that's not like a full experience. So
a bunch of people are saying. Max Fan says he agrees with me. Nathaniel Levy says A. David Lennon Flanagan says C. Oh wait, no, that's Werewolf is an S in my heart, but I'd say C. Ultimate Werewolf is a B/A.
I think sometimes you've got to separate your own,
Mhm.
like passion for it from the design itself.
Yeah, but like we've said that this is a tier list based on like our opinions. Right?
Yeah,
So,
but no, I don't
Yeah.
mean how dare you call
And
it.
also,
I'm
but
just
like
saying-
all of our opinions.
yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I think C's fair.
But you can get.
Are you changing?
I think
Is S your genuine placement?
Yeah.
Because then that could bump it up.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think it's classic. I love it.
So B then maybe?
It's fair.
B?
It's a fair process. It's a fair process. I think it's
Feel
too
free to
high,
agree if you
but
want.
That's the group.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the group.
Next game.
that's democracy, baby.
Betrayal.
Okay.
Oh.
Now I'm now
Yeah.
going to be in the
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No,
because I think it's a C.
this is okay. I'm putting in an S again.
Interesting.
S again. I know I'm being flippant with my S's. But
So you
Liv's
think
very
S?
passionate.
I respect that.
See, I don't even think S, and I'm a big fan of this game.
Interesting. What are you saying? A?
I think its issues just.
I think me and Ian are naturally more pessimistic.
yeah.
Yeah.
No. Like there are. this is the game that I've proudly defended against people who have said it's broken, and it is broken. No, it is broken.
Yeah, no, that's not my.
It's still based on luck, and it's very much a wibbly wobbly experience, and it very is.
A lot of games are based on luck. I like luck.
Luck's great.
Those like really good games. It's a game of highs and lows, baby. Like, you just got to roll that dice.
Yeah,
I love it.
I've never really
Right.
been that compelled by Betrayal, but also I think that's a very me
You
thing.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think Betrayal is objectively bad. I'm just like, I don't really,
not your
I
cup
don't
of
get on
tea.
with it, you know? Like,
That's just gonna be
As
reality.
fans of
Some
horror.
stuff.
That it makes us biased. Yes.
Yeah. Does make it
Yeah.
does make us biased. Yeah.
you're a big horror fan as well, right?
Yes, I do like horror.
Yeah.
I love the B movie aspect of it, where you're literally playing through these different horror movie plots.
Could it be a B?
Really fun vibe.
No, it's better than a B. I think it's A.
I'd
Is it
say
better than a
A.
B?
I think it's A.
It's one of the games I'd happy to play over and over.
I would
I've-
be happy with an A because I know that we're not unanimous on the S, but
I
yeah.
would rather play it than all of these. Genuinely.
I mean, I'm a floating wolf. But
Okay,
get a winner
yeah,
in
you know,
this year.
okay. I would rather play it than all of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, but taking into account Wills's opinion,
Yeah, of course.
I think it's fair
I think
that
an
we
It's fair.
put it in A.
Yeah, are you
I
you
think
two
it's A.
saying S, but I will go down to
No,
A?
no, I think it's
No,
A.
I'm saying A.
I've
think
said
so?
Yeah, I
You
think
think
said
it's
S.
A?
I
Okay,
said
well then that is
next
still
to
a
these.
medium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still in
But,
medium.
but if you want, we can rejig that because I feel like I'm just being like S and then that's bringing it up. It's bumping it up in numbers.
No,
we're
because
saying
we've just said
A.
A.
There's
Okay,
three
saying
A's, so I
A.
think
Yeah.
if there's three A's.
You're outvoted.
And the new edition particularly.
Yeah, I
New
think
edition is
very
definitely
fun.
better than the old one. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I just it's okay. You know. All right.
like I
Okay,
think it's
cool.
interesting. Yeah, like I own a copy of this, I own a copy of that.
Good one,
Yeah,
nice.
and they're all really high up. Yes, hi.
Okay.
Yes.
Root.
Yes.
We know. It's your favourite game. Right?
Yeah, it's the best game ever
It's
made.
so good.
It's your favourite game.
It's the best board game ever made.
we know your opinion.
Yeah.
Let's hear everyone else's, and then we'll hear yours.
That's all I need to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not prepared yet. Would anyone else like?
When
to
I
prepare?
first got Root, yeah, I just wanted to play it back to back, like consistently.
I think Root is fantastic.
Yes, I do. I think I need to play the physical
It's
copy
the-
before I can.
You've
Oh.
only played digital, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh.
That is
Yeah.
tough.
Should bring it in and play it on
I
a
would-
day,
I would
lunchtime or
like-
something
yeah.
at least.
You will break my heart if you don't allow
think,
this.
yeah, it's probably an S tier, isn't it?
What would you
Let-
want to put it in? I just want to hear what your opinion
I
is.
think
I
I would
wanna know.
call it like an A plus if I had the option. I'm happy for it to be S though.
Yeah.
I will just, for the sake of the situation, I will just state, like, the reason why I think this game is so amazing is because it sparks a similar feeling into me as Scythe, but I think it's better than Scythe.
It is better than Scythe.
Because it's
Yeah.
got
It is better than Scythe.
because
And it's better than Wingspan,
Yeah.
and it's better than Quack. Yeah,
yeah,
it's an
yeah.
S. It's an S.
because
Yes.
player interaction and the fact that they can pull off this asymmetric thing with these factions that are so different.
It's wild.
And the expansions, and having played like the River expansion, they work
Which I have and I can't
really
play.
well
It's
with
awful
the
friends.
factions. Like, this is a work of genius. Like,
And it's so beautiful.
it's so
It is
beautiful.
gorgeous.
It slaps.
is.
I'm sorry, but
Ugh.
it's got to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's my baby.
Easy.
The
Happy.
chat's giving you a lot of S's. So many S's. S's,
Yeah.
S's,
thanks,
S's.
thanks, chap. I think Matt would
You're
agree.
right. Yeah?
Probably. He's a spicy boy, but
Oh.
You reckon you talk about oath and shit and shiz.
he does love oaths
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, he loves all of Cold Valley's games,
Yeah, he
but
does. He
like
really
this
Yeah, I know. I think.
slaps. Yeah, it's a
Happy.
king.
Yeah.
Hashtag king.
I'm always a little bit like, oh, is it S? But yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
I think these two are as worthy as each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad that it's not just Happy Salmon House.
I kind of would have loved to have got the end, and that's our only
The
essay
winner,
game.
the best board game of all time
I
is Happy
can't. I
Salmon.
Do we
literally
have a
forgot
mirror
this
for Root?
existed until now.
Yes.
Magnet for Root and Catan, please. Nice shot.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, we're running out of magnets. How many games have we got?
Oh, sugar.
Oh, not that many, actually. Not that many. Okay.
Hey.
Oh.
Here we go.
And I've skewed it out of the frame.
Oh.
Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective.
Oh.
I've not played this.
You've not played.
I really want to play Sherlock
Yeah.
Holmes
Good.
Detective.
No, I've
Very
heard good
good.
things. Yeah, and I love the idea of it. I love the concept of it. It's unique.
Likewise.
I think it's an A tier game, personally.
I would agree with that.
respect
I think there are some boxes that I don't get on with quite as well as others.
Yeah, some content that's
Because it depends on the writer.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, here's the thing, Sherlock Holmes is not a monolith. There are multiple people who have written different boxes, you know, all that kind of stuff. There are some true crime ones, like the Jack the Ripper stuff and stuff like that.
What if you were looking at the Thames Murders, which is this one?
I think that's an unfair.
Okay.
I think it is a series of
It's
games.
a series.
You know?
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think some of the highs it hits are.
You think A?
Yeah, I think A. I don't think it's
I
S because there are some ones that are just like, you know, they're
Okay,
down a
as
little bit.
the
But
two people who've actually played it.
quality game.
There was the one I played recently where it required you to have looked at a newspaper that was from 2 weeks prior to figure out what the it was like.
Which box are you playing?
That was in the Jack the Ripper box.
You should play the green one.
I really want to.
I will give you the green one so you can play the green
I
one.
would love that.
The green one is,
Yeah.
if it was just that, honestly, I'd say S tier because it is one of the best written board games I've ever played. But it's a whole
Taking
series.
into account the whole series.
And I've
Yeah,
played
I've
it.
not played it, so I can't really comment, but I like the idea of it.
Yeah. No, I really, really want to.
should
My
play
friend
it. We should play
is
it.
going to lend it
Sure.
to me and then I
We
moved.
need the green
so
one.
awesome.
I think it'd be interesting with all of us as well.
Okay.
Next up
Next up,
is
and this one, whilst I don't think it should be, is probably going to be contentious. Crokinole.
Oh.
Now, obviously, my opinion is there.
Yeah. I mean, the main reason why I don't love it as much as you is because I'm just really bad at it.
Which is
So
fair.
no, I kind of concede. I concede to your.
Yeah.
It's not the game's fault. It's me. I just suck at this game. But I really enjoy it when I'm like not getting salty.
Yeah.
So and that's my fault, not the game.
And this is the only dexterity game on the board. You know.
I
And
would
it is just
be fine with that.
it's just the platonic ideal of a dexterity board
Yeah.
game, you know.
By the way, a retro futurologist says, "Let's play a consultant detective coming." That would be lovely in theory. It's very
takes
long.
very
It
long.
is-
Very
it's
long.
quite a commitment, and also you would then not be able to play that. It's always tricky with
Yeah,
those
that's
ones because it's like you can
Yeah,
now
once
not
you
play
know the
that.
solution.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
You could always play like not your favourite box and be like,
Yeah.
Well, we couldn't play
Yeah.
my favourite box. I've done
I
them
mean,
all.
oh, well, yeah, this is so true.
Also,
there is a
Crokinole-
new box out though, so we
Kirsty says Crokinole is too expensive. There is that.
That
Oh.
in theory, yeah. But I think Crokinole is so expensive because it's made of wood.
Yeah,
right?
it's made
I
of
don't-
wood.
I don't
That's
think it's
nice.
impossible for Crokinole to be cheaper. Like I think you could make it cheap. You know, like Classic isn't that expensive, for example.
Yeah.
I think that's more the fact that because it's a niche product, it's
Yeah.
not forced to be because there's no person who sells Crokinole. It's a game that you
Yeah.
buy a board for, like a chessboard or
Yeah.
whatever.
You're not just paying for the game. You're also paying to have that thing in
A
your
lovely
house.
object, yeah.
Like a lovely
Yeah.
object.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I think
Do you have a problem with this?
I don't have a problem with it. No, I'm not good at it. But then again, we played a dexterity game that involved flicking, which was Catacombs, and I was good at that. So I don't know why I'm not good at this.
This one is a lot
Different.
is a lot less forgiving because
Yeah.
it's a sport basically, right?
it's a
It is-
sport.
It's a
Yeah.
sport.
It's an
And
e-sport.
It's an e-sport for the gamers.
Game of sport.
Yeah, which means that like if someone is better at it, then they are just gonna be better at it.
I don't know.
Also-
I've had some absolutely banging
Oh, yeah.
moments.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I think it just
Especially when you mix it up and you do 2v2, then it goes party mode, you know, like
Yeah,
No,
but then
I-
again, if there's like a tournament thing going on,
Yeah.
I assume that will be really
yeah.
good.
When you get pumped with it, the only thing I have against it is just my own saltiness. So
Yeah,
really, I'm
which,
fine
you
with
know,
this.
yeah.
Have you played
Perfect.
Crokinole?
No.
Well, we'll get you
Oh,
playing.
yeah,
We've got a board
it's
here.
literally-
I've
we've
really
got a
played
board.
Yeah, I've
very,
got
very few
a
dexterity
it's fine.
games. So.
We can now. This
Oh,
is now your
yeah.
target list.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Oh, there is also a Lost episode of Dicebreaker.
I thought it was an episode of Lost where they
No,
play it, and I was like,
I mean-
what?
That was my fault.
But honestly, I'm glad it never saw the light of day because
Liv was great at Crokinole.
No, I wasn't. Don't lie to the wheels.
We played a Crokinole game in the same vein as the one that me and Matt did,
Yep.
where we were like, we played a Crokinole against each other. It was supposed to go out over Christmas. We were short-staffed, didn't have the chance.
No.
We were like, we'll put it out in the new year. I accidentally cleared my hard drive.
That's
Wheel.
fine. It's fine.
Forgot it was on
Easy to
there.
do.
Honestly, like Wheels did it for me because I was sucking real hard. Is the
I
thing.
didn't do that, but
Look,
It happened.
know.
Right.
It's
If
meant to
no
it
one,
made me look great.
if no one's got any problems with it, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, come
Cool.
on.
Yeah,
Come on.
I'm
it's
happy
Crocodile.
with it.
It's
Sure.
Crocodile.
Stick it in,
Yeah.
let's stick it in.
Sure.
Like, I feel like the gods would play Crocodile, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zeus is up there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, Zeus. Ew.
Pandemic.
This is going to be a controversial one. I
This
think.
is, I reckon, yeah.
It's solid. I would say it's solid. I feel like there are other co-op games I'd rather play. But I think that's just personal preference of theme more than anything.
I think my main problem with Pandemic is that I have gotten too good at it. No, it's not.
There
me
is a
stroking
strat,
my-
although
there's-
no, there are randomised elements that
Yeah.
do affect that.
That's not me stroking my ego. I think I've just worked out the puzzle now, which means that there's
The
only
randomised elements do
Yeah.
make that difficult, though.
Now,
Like, that's why
like,
they're in
when
there.
I play it, it's not, oh, can we work it out? It's more like, well, I know what we have to do because, like, I've played it enough that I always really know what the good answer is for each situation. So
But that's
now
not
it's
the
just,
game's fault.
No, it's just I've played it a lot. So,
Yeah.
like, I don't think that
That's
that
interesting.
is a detractor for the game, you know? I think it's still a really good game. I love all the different variants as well. Like, there's fun, the Rome one's quite fun.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
there's
I've heard
like a
good things about.
Cthulhu one,
I
that
mean,
kind of stuff.
Pandemic Legacy is a
Pandemic
totally
Legacy,
other cup of
yeah,
like
but,
tea.
like, also, University is pretty large.
But yeah, I mean, at its core, it's still Pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, but I.
We should have these streamers in every day.
I love them.
We're
You're
the
just
streamers.
like a-
Wheels. We're the streamers.
You're just. Oh, Will!
Happy 10th podcast, everyone! I wanted to bounce it like a baby.
No, they're coming off.
Baby.
Like a little baby.
A little
baby.
A chat is like B,
Yeah, I
C,
think B.
A, B, A, S.
I would
think-
say here.
Legacy
B is
S.
fair.
B.
I think B is fair. What does everyone else
It's
think?
solid, I think.
Liv?
I thought I played Pandemic, and then I realised I'd played Risk.
Very different game.
Both legacies, yeah.
They
I
both
don't
have
think
legacy
I should have an
versions.
opinion on it. I don't think I've
I
played
haven't
it.
played a physical version.
Well, what did you think of the
I
digital
don't know
one?
if physical is that different.
Okay. I was a very long time ago played digital, so I honestly
Okay.
don't have
I
much to
think-
go on.
If we're in agreement, and
Yeah,
you two
here's the
don't have
thing.
any particular.
No.
It's one of the classics.
Yeah,
The modern classics.
it is.
Definitely better than Catan. Definitely better than Ticket to Ride.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, sure, better than Carcassonne. Beat it.
Okay, forgive me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So Pandemic is you have a map of the world, right? And
Yeah.
then there's spreading infections and
Yeah,
whatever.
And you have to cull it, yeah.
Yeah. That feels boring, but I don't know.
It feels boring.
But it's
in
not.
concept,
No,
but
it
actually
is.
it's really
It is
exciting.
engaging.
I feel like a lot of
Yeah.
things
It is
Yeah.
sound
engaging.
boring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's a race against time,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
like also sometimes you can just have luck really.
The
Mess you up, and
the
then you're
most
like, oh,
exciting
no.
thing about Pandemic is that it has a chain reaction mechanic.
Yeah.
Where if something goes bad in a really bad spot, it explodes
Explodes
outwards, and
outwards.
it's
I
like,
think-
oh, we've got to get there. We've
Yeah,
got to
we've
clear
gotta
it
get
up
up there,
because
we've
if
gotta-
that gets
yeah.
drawn, like it is
I think
really
it's literally
exciting.
like when I see a map of the world, my brain releases like a numbing gas that it would do.
Neurotoxin.
Yeah. Like when I was in geography and just would just shut down.
That's
So-
maybe an unfair.
Yeah, maybe.
I think
I'm
BT is
happy
fair.
with it.
Yeah,
I think
BT
this
is
is
absolutely
solid.
fair.
It's solid.
Okay.
Solid like a rock.
Nice.
Solid like a rock. What have we got left? We've got
Carlos.
What have you done? What have you done down there?
Two
Two left.
Ooh.
Two left.
Well, I know one of them.
yes, which I believe is what I have in my hand. Secret
Yeah,
Hitler.
Secret Hitler.
I wonder how that made its way into the list.
Liv has just put
You cut
all
them
the
down,
S tier
though.
games.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
leaves it
You
S
just
tier.
put all the S here.
I don't think it's S tier.
Okay.
Do you think it's better than Werewolf?
I think it's better than Werewolf.
I would say it's better than Werewolf, and I'm not even that big a fan
I think
of
it does what Werewolf does, but better. It's more engaging. There's
In
more
terms of
mechanics to
in
it.
terms of like aesthetically and the mechanics, it is. It is.
It is better than Werewolf.
I think A.
See, personally, I would put it B, but that's because I don't think Werewolf should go B.
Yeah.
But what do
I
you have?
think
You played
B.
Secret Hitler?
No, we were going to play it a little while ago, but
Yeah.
What about you, Wills? What's your feelings on it?
I think B. I've only played it once or twice though.
You think B?
Yeah, I wish it didn't have Hitler in the name.
That is a
Agreed.
shame.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
But it's also part of
context of the
Yeah.
game.
in context of the game, it actually works.
Yeah, you're trying to take Hitler down in the game, but it doesn't come across
Well,
very well.
But it also
Kind
means
of
that some
not.
people aren't. Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, which I
Yeah.
don't think is in like you
No,
can have games about
the-
Yeah.
I have
it's
a
fine.
dodgy thing with certain games where you play as like colonialists or like the bad guys or whatever. But I think here the game very much illustrates its point of it's about like the situation that Germany was in before World War II, where it's if too many of the good people don't pay attention or like stand up.
This is a completely different debate that we're having, but the other thing is like there's no actual Hitler in the game. You could have called it
Yes,
secret
there
fascist.
is.
No, there is.
Does someone
There
play
is.
Hitler?
Yeah, basically.
Do they? Maybe I'm misremembering that. Maybe ignore me. Sorry.
I
You could have called
would-
it secret fascist. Though.
Regardless, I would say it's subtle enough that it works. And they very much clearly say the purpose of it isn't so you can play as Hitler.
No.
Yeah.
The purpose of it is like it's illustrating what happens to democracy when slowly over time things creep in from the right wing, and then suddenly you're in.
Yeah.
It's also a very clear line drawn as well. Like these are the bad guys.
Yeah. Well, they're literally illustrated as like snakes, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you also
I
feel
was-
it's like a little clickbaity being like people like the name you're like okay what is that like
Yeah.
you didn't reveal
Yeah.
so I can see why
I
they went
think
with
yeah.
it.
I would say B. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
I-
we're all, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
I think A, but like
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
if
fine.
werewolf, I think it's better than werewolf, but also I wouldn't have put werewolf there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
We're kind of on the
Yeah.
fence because we would have put Werewolf and C, I think.
Yeah, think about the tier. Just think
Yeah.
about the tier.
I suppose it's still. I say it's still in the same tier, just like
Yeah. A B plus in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
okay.
Which also leans towards Liv's opinion as well. So there you go.
Last one.
The last one, the biggest box on the list.
Sugar. It's Gloomhaven, everyone.
Right.
Now, how many of us have actually played this?
I've played Jaws of the Lion. I've played the digital,
Same.
the Dark Souls of tabletop
Dark
video
Souls.
games.
Yeah.
I have a copy of Jaws of the Lion at home. Haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I've played the digital version. I also.
Oh,
have
and I
a
also
copy
did a
of Jaws of the
preview
Lion.
of Frosthaven when
Yeah.
we were at PAX.
But I'd say the digital version is close enough
It's pretty faithful.
to the original that like I think we can go off that. Like
Fair.
obviously the physical version has the advantages of it's a physical version. You get the components. Like I would also say we don't get the disadvantages of that, which is it is a game that takes forever to set up and put away.
I would prefer to play the digital edition.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I think is maybe a stain on the game, you know. There's a lot of upkeep.
I think what it does is really impressive because it provides that dungeon crawling role playing experience in a box.
Well, a lot of
Yeah.
people see it as the definitive
Yeah.
dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
don't they? Yeah.
And this is to the people who may not. This game is incredibly highly regarded.
Yeah.
Like people love this game, and I think they love it more than I do, because I think it's really good. Don't get me wrong, and like what it does is really impressive, and like I think the card mechanics are particularly great, and I do actually like how difficult it is. Like to me, like it is tough, and I'm into
It's
it.
fun having like a difficult game.
Yeah. But I also don't think it's S tier.
No, I honestly don't think it's A tier either, because I see it as kind of a popcorn game.
What's that mean?
Like, you know, like a Marvel movie, right? It's like
It's
Right.
loads
no.
of people love it. Like, I don't
No.
think,
I
don't
think
it's
the
that
mechanics.
interesting.
No, the mechanics like make it more than.
I love the
a game.
cards. I love the card mechanics.
I think
That
if
is
it
basically
didn't.
it.
I think if it was just a bog standard dungeon crawler where you roll dice and you move the thing, that would make it a popcorn game. I wouldn't rate it that highly.
I don't know.
I think the card
things
mechanics.
can have cool mechanics and still be.
No. Then you actually have to think about what you're doing, and that's like that goes
fair.
against the whole point of
You
the
can have
popcorn
differing
game.
opinions, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. we
Well,
have
But
different-
one of us is right.
Please stop fighting.
What are your labels? What are you saying?
I would say B.
What are you saying? A.
I would say A. I know I haven't played it, but I really want to.
I was gonna say if that counts for anything.
Yeah.
It's really high up my list, and
Yeah,
I
it's
have the
really high
money.
If it didn't
I
have the
would
card
have it.
mechanics, I would put it here.
Well, yeah, but the card mechanics are pretty much the entire game. And
No,
it's just-
they're not.
Everything else on top of it is
No,
just like
they're
campaign
not.
stuff.
No, they're not. Exactly. What's wrong with the campaign stuff?
It just reminds me of every other dungeon crawler.
No.
What's different about the campaign stuff?
It still makes it like a story that you pursue. You make decisions.
Yeah, that's fine. But like, what's different about that from every other?
I've not played a heck of a lot of the others, but like.
Oh, but they're all basically the same.
No,
Aren't
they're
they?
not. There are
the same.
so many miniatures, what I'd call miniatures games,
Mm.
which are literally like you go in a room, you roll the dice, you fight. Matt Jarvis and I call them those games.
Yeah. Right. And
This
like
is
you
not
said,
those games.
like you said, if you take the cards out, it would be
No,
one
no,
of those
because those games are also like, you've gone into here, there's a monster there, oh no, you
That's
have to
what-
fight it.
that's what
That's
the
not.
campaign is
That's what I'm all about.
It doesn't have that
Look
interesting.
at Maddie like,
Gloomhaven
We
has
get it.
more than that.
What? Tell me then. What does it have more?
Its setting is really cool. I think its
There's
character
cool settings
design,
in
its
those
character,
games as well.
its character designs are really cool.
There's
These are
cool character designs in those
cooler.
games as well.
Its the character decks are all individually designed.
That's part of the cards.
Yeah.
We're talking about the stuff on top of the cards.
Okay. I mean, I think the world of Gloomhaven is really cool. It's dark fantasy, but it's got some interesting, fun elements. Like the Vermlings are cool. I like those. I like the big rock guy. I like the fact that the characters you play as. I like the fact that the characters you play as are weird and like not necessarily your archetypal like fun, like handsome whatever heroes. I like that. I don't think it deserves to be me.
Well, no, I'm obviously outranked it, but or outmanned. Outmanned?
Yeah.
Outnumbered.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Outnumbered.
I don't know why my brain would not make that word come out my
That's
mouth.
fine.
Retro
What's the
Future-
chat saying?
Retro says, does cost factor come into this as it's a pricey board?
Yeah, God, it's expensive.
It's
God, it's
expensive,
heavy.
yeah.
God, it's difficult to get people to learn how to play it. You know? I just think, people look at Gloomhaven with rose-tinted glasses, and I think it's good.
I know. I'm
I
not one
don't
of those
think it's
people who
A.
believes it should be here, for sure.
Oh,
No,
it's
no,
definitely
no.
not S. Definitely not
No.
S. But I don't think anyone outside of the mega fans would call it S,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people who really love it would still be like, yeah, I'd call it an A,
Yeah, but we're reasonable folk,
Yeah, to a degree.
to a degree, and I
Reasonable.
think B is too low. I think it's on par with all of these.
And, well, you two are in Mean's Corner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there
Yeah,
you go.
it's
There you
really
go.
high on my
There you
list.
go.
So.
Yeah, fair enough. But,
You want to play Jaws of the Lion, right?
yeah, no, we should.
Yeah, I also
Yeah.
want to play Jaws of the Lion. I believe we all have a copy of that.
Yes.
We've not played it because I've not found anyone to play it with.
Oh, we all want to play
That's
it.
the
Let's
class.
Well,
put it on the
because
next table.
Yeah, bring
like
it
Matt
on.
Jarvis was like, "Hey, I want to buy you a present for all the hard
'Cause he's
work
a
you've
nice
been
man.
doing." So everyone pick a game, and like me and Ian both picked Jaws of the Lion, and then I played like 1 or 2 sessions with Zoe, and Zoe went, "I don't like it," and we were like, "Well, we're in a pandemic, so you're the only person I can currently play board games with."
Yeah,
better.
no, I definitely want to play it, especially after playing Digital Gloomhaven.
Yeah.
Because apparently Jaws of the Lion is more forgiving, which,
Well, it's a bit more an entry one.
yeah,
isn't it? So it's
yeah,
a bit more
which,
streamlined.
like, as much as I do enjoy the difficulty of Gloomhaven, I do.
You get that?
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
I'm gonna
Tube
stop.
up his nose. Tube up his nose.
Oh man.
I'm done.
Thanks very much, everyone, for joining us for ranking. Here
Yeah,
are the
what do you
final
think? Huh?
definitive rankings of all board
This
games
is it. This is
that we definitely
the
all agree
ranking.
on.
Yeah.
So all agree.
Bottom of the list, the 2 games that we literally just brought in so that we can moan about them.
Yeah.
Vast in the F tier, Tapestry in the E tier. In the D tier is Catan, which definitely deserved its place on the list. But
Yeah.
that's our honest opinion. C tier, the average, Love Letter, Monica's, Ticket to Ride in Carcassonne.
I'd say that.
That's fair
Tracks.
play. Yeah. I mean, that's like, look, if you're going to ask most people what they've played,
Yeah.
those games would be in there, B tier, Werewolf, Mysterium, Dead of Winter, Terraforming Mars, Pandemic, and Secret Hitler. A tier, Wingspan, Scythe, Codenames, Quacks of Quedlinburg, Camel Up, Betrayal, Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, and Gloomhaven. By far the most populated tier.
Yeah.
And finally, the big dogs.
Oh.
The granddaddy.
Creme de la creme.
The best.
cream of the crop.
Doesn't get better than this.
Yeah.
Happy Salmon, Root, and Crocodile. I mean,
Nice.
look, if someone showed me this tier list, I'd be like,
Yeah. I mean,
Fair
we
enough.
didn't all agree.
yeah, I'd be like,
But
oh, I
we
might
got
move
that.
a couple of those.
Yeah, we're democratically speaking.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Did it.
We
It's
didn't.
a fair and just society we've built.
Yeah. Now let's go and take over the government.
Step
Alright.
one.
Get the
Complete.
guillotine out.
Alrighty, thank
Well,
you very much, everyone, for watching.
I'm
this-
exhausted. I don't know
I
about
know,
you.
well, we went for over 2 hours. It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes, but
That's
it was,
fair. There's a
it
lot
was
to do.
a bumper episode.
Yeah,
today.
bumper episode.
Big.
B for bumper.
Beef for bumper.
B for bumper,
Barbie.
beef
Episode
B
goes
for
right
Barbie,
here.
B for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be for board game.
Beef for booze.
And all of our wonderful viewers right here in S tier.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you
of
so
course.
much.
All this room for you guys right here.
Boo. Yeah, you're all there. Look. Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching, everyone. This has been the
you.
Dicebreaker Podcast. We will see you next week for some more content. But until then, we've got Saturday and Sunday videos coming out, of course. One of them is maybe we might put it out on Monday because I don't know how far along you are.
Oh yeah, that's true. We might put it.
One
on
of them
Monday.
might come out on Monday, but it's fine
It'll
because
be
we were
there.
having a party. But it's all good. We will see you next week for another episode of the Dicebreaker Podcast, of course, at 2 p.m. BST on Friday. Day before that, we'll be live with more streaming. Who knows what we're going to be playing? Who knows? Ooh, very exciting. You'll have to tune in to all of our socials. You can follow us on Join Dicebreaker on Twitter, Dicebreaker on YouTube and Instagram. You can find us on Facebook /Dicebreaker.
Dicebreaker Plus.
Dicebreaker Plus.
Join
You can
Dicebreaker
hit
Plus,
join
please.
underneath
You
this.
can find us at Join Dicebreaker on TikTok.
On
as
TikTok
well.
as well.
Yeah.
We've also got, like Liam said, we've got the Join Dicebreaker Plus program where you can get exclusive
Exclusive
new
videos.
videos. We just had to go out this week. Where Liv talks about musicals and Maddie shows you around her board game shelf.
Yeah, see what I actually have played.
Yeah. Don't expect to see any of these. You can also, lastly, go on over to the Dicebreaker website, dicebreaker.com, to see more of Alex Meehan and Matt Jarvis and Chase and all of our lovely contributors talking about some of the biggest news and reviews and interviews and previews and everything that you can shove the word view after on the tabletop industry and beyond. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. But until then, have a lovely 100th day.